Huzzah! It's fixed. Yeah, I updated NVIDIA Broadcast. I forgot, checked everything, and only one I forgot was the mic. But hey, Summer Games Fest. Apparently, you've got some pre-show stuff at 9:15. So in 1 hour. Good shit. You want me to mute myself again? That's not nice. That's not nice. I'm already being stalked by a second person on social media, and being harassed, and being verbally abused. Wait, you're a liberal, Ghosty? Do you go around professing to everyone that you're a liberal? Because that's the one that's harassing me at the moment. Only on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays? Hey, man. I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. Why did I go live so early? Give people a time to trickle in. Okay, that went down the wrong way. Plus, I thought we could go through the 16-minute interview that happened yesterday. That set, the internet upside down. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Woodpit. He seems to have a hate burner against me. And a few others. I don't know, man. He seems a bit weird. I mean, I'm excited for the Summer Games Fest. I want to see what's actually going to... I'm hoping to see Nier Automata 2, right? That is the one game I want to see that can potentially be here. If it's hit, that one game will make this a 10 out of 10. But if you block him, that gives him the satisfaction that he won. I'm petty enough to not give him that satisfaction. I just ignore him. The storyline? No. I have, however, spent around like 4 million funds on trying to get the Porsche. And I did get Lacrimosa in 26 pulls. And her glider. Hey, what's up, Navy? It is not bad. It's good for races. I'm getting it. I'm at 9 out of 15. I just need to do some more of the events to make more money. I have come to terms on what's my opinion on God of War Laufrey. I think it'll be fine game. My problem is them marketing it as a God of War game. They have no confidence in it on its own. Do you know what? I can agree with that. I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Radio, you want Jedi free? Nice. Nice. I'm not seeing anyone else mention Nier Automata 2, though. You think we'll get Fallout 3 Shadow dropped today? No. Sunday? Maybe? But like I said, Shadow drops, hurt the studios a lot. Because there's no marketing, there's no advanced warning, people don't really know it's released, and it can get lost. in obscurity if it doesn't immediately pick up with hype. It's a great car, right, Taz? I'm surprised that Steve has great taste in cars. That Novolo is really good. It'll be a remake. You know what? I'd take a remake too. Even though it doesn't need it, because the game still holds very well today. It doesn't need it, but if they remade it, I'll buy it. There's certain games that I just... That's in my top 5 favorite games of all time. It did. But it could have done better if it had the actual marketing behind it. Man, Sol really wants to see that ray tracing on the Android, boy. Mass Effect 4? Wait, isn't it Mass Effect 5 that's coming out? I guess they ignored Mass Effect Andromeda. Really, Sol? What a shame. Just a little bit of a pro tip, Sol. When you finish the game with 2B, and you get back to the title screen, you have to start a new game, and that then lets you play in 9S's perspective. It's a lot shorter though, because you're mainly playing the areas where he flies off, and there's only a couple of areas where you interject between 9S and 2B. And then, once you've finished it with 9S, you get back to the title screen, and then you have to new game again to finally get the final playthrough with the new character, and that finishes the story. Finally, if you're brave enough, they will ask you a question at the end where if you're willing to sacrifice your save file to save humanity. If you say yes, it deletes your save file from your machine instantly. What? What are you on about? Summer Game Fest is the early previews at, or whatever this is, at 9:15. It actually starts at 10. I just thought we'd, jump in and have some chat. Now there was this. Have you guys seen this for $200? I think that's a really good value. This is how collector's editions should be priced. And you get the physical game as well. That's kind of insane, right? I realized the music was a bit loud. Yeah, when you finish with 9S, you've got to do a third playthrough. How many genders are there? 2. I've never understood, did 2B squad get uploaded or did they vanish? What do you mean by that, Rachie? And I'll try and answer without spoilers because Soul is still playing it. No, Andromeda is non-existent in my mind space. But I thought this was cool. I might actually pick this up. Maybe. If I have anywhere to put the, the statue. I might need a new, to go buy a new cupboard for my figurines and stuff. Well, if Raichi asks his question again, then I will answer. But yeah, so there's a 16-minute interview with Asha Sharma. I made a video on this yesterday, which seems to have pissed a lot of people off, based on the metrics that I was looking at this afternoon on my video. A lot of people weren't too happy with me gloating, but it sucks to be you, I guess. The last two collector's editions I bought, I bought all the Final Fantasy XIV collector's editions. One of them cost me a pretty penny, to be fair, because I missed out on it at the time because I couldn't afford it, and I had to get it off eBay to complete the collection. Indiana Jones was the one I got, and Starfield. Oh, and I bought the Luna collector's edition, but that was sold like separately without the game. I bought the game later on separately, but yeah, I like it when they offer it without the game. It's just cheaper. Sometimes you just want the collector's edition because it looks cool, but you're not interested in the game. My video was good. Well, at least someone liked it, right? I mean, 2B can respawn in their base, but her squad at the start of the game gets destroyed. Right, so 2B's main purpose is basically when they wipe them, when they get remade, it's not the same android, essentially. Their memories are kind of wiped. The same with 9S. Now, 9S is there to basically provide you with a strategic output. However, the problem with 9S is that he's too smart for his own good. He eventually figures out what is going on and why things have transpired the way they have within the human race and the so-called, Moon Project. 2B is there to basically kill him the moment he figures that out, because it sends him crazy. He destabilizes 9S and he goes into overdrive mode. And so 2B's real purpose is to basically babysit 9S and take him out once he figures it out. A2, on the other hand, is the original android. She's the original model, the one that was a lot more, that could basically think for itself. 2B is still bound by rules and regulations. A2 isn't. You play Game Pass instead of the game we buy? What do you mean? Anyway, let's have a look at this interview and see what they're saying.
You're 100 days in.
100 days in.
It hasn't been uneventful. You haven't wasted a second.
It's been wild.
Gamers have gone from saying you were going to kill Xbox to putting your face on Jesus memes. How would you describe the first 100 days?
Okay, look, folks, I'm going to put this out. I'm just going to put this out there, right? I don't understand why the Xbox community does this. Just listen to what she said.
It's been wild.
Gamers have gone from saying you were going to kill Xbox to putting your face on Jesus memes.
Come on, that's just weird, right? I don't care what anyone says. That's weird. I didn't understand that behavior when Phil Spencer was here. I didn't understand that behavior when Sarah was here, and I still don't understand that behavior when, you know, Asher is here. It's it's fucking weird. You know, you play many. So, yeah, I'm the same, Rachie. I'm trying to get through a lot at the moment. But yeah, I'll never understand that, man. Every time I see it, and they're like putting memes with her holding an Xbox bazooka, or a goddess, or like an angel, or all this, and I'm like, my god, these people haven't learnt a single thing.
How would you describe the first 100 days?
There is nothing that can prepare you for, taking on a new role in a new industry, being a first-time CEO, and having hundreds of millions of people having an opinion about you without ever talking to you. And so I think it's been wild. I think it's been wonderful. I think it's been weird, and everything in between.
Navy. It's weird. I'm not saying one is weird and the other one isn't. The Steam Bros think that Gabe actually gives two rat's asses about them. All Gabe cares about is their wallet, and that's it. All Gabe cares about is how to make sure that money that's in your bank account comes out into his bank account. That's all he cares about, right? And there's no difference between that and Microsoft or any other organization out there. They're here to make money. But the way people idolize these people is weird. It doesn't matter if it's Xbox, Steam. I mean, no one at PlayStation idolizes anyone, so at least there's that. At least I don't think they do. I mean, they did idolize Shuhei Yoshida, but he was pretty damn cool. Shuhei Yoshida was awesome. And the fanboying for him isn't at the level of you see with Gabe and Xbox CEOs. Don't worry, man. I'm not like taking sides here. I'm just saying that sort of behavior is weird. It doesn't matter what or who does it.
But for my first 100 days, I really just wanted to learn and listen. I felt like my first job as CEO of Xbox was just to understand the soul of Xbox, to understand the soul of what makes art, to understand the soul of creating, understand the soul of the platform.
The soul of the platform is exclusives. It's all about exclusives. That is the pure soul of it. Exclusive only on Xbox. No, I'm just kidding. Don't hunt me down now.
Kind of what made us great for the first 25 years.
You were a surprise pick for CEO. Phil Spencer, your predecessor, 20-year veteran, super passionate fan base. You're not a gamer, came from Instacart, Meta, Microsoft AI. Tell me about that call from Satya. How surprised were you?
Yeah, I would say no one was probably as surprised as I was when I got that call. I didn't know he had the right person on the line, but...
Did you try to talk him out of it?
I tried to understand it. Look, like it's one of those things when we're all every day working on an AI. It's hard to see.
Spanish, and not even
right?
you believe that, man.
The model launching every 6 months, and now it was launching every 6 weeks and every 6 hours in some cases. And so it took a moment to just pick my head up and say, what is this all about? And then you see, oh gosh, over 1 billion people play on Xbox every single year. 70% of Americans spend at least 1 hour every single week gaming. And
no, see, I saw this posted somewhere else as well. 1 million people play on Xbox. No, they don't. 35 million people play on Xbox. The other 900 and something million play on PC and PlayStation. But on Xbox, it's like 35, 40 million. Because playing on Xbox means you're playing on Xbox hardware, not PC.
And all of my career, I picked the things that I worked on because I deeply cared about the thing that I was going to go solve with technology, whether it was helping to make sure that every single retailer would have a chance to fight against Amazon with Instacart, or private communication and preserving that and protecting that all around the world with messaging, or helping people take care of their homes. And so in this case, I think that gaming is culture. It is entertainment in many ways. If you think about some of the top shows in the world right now, they are games that turned into TV series or movies. And
Fallout number
I
one
think
on
that
Amazon.
Fallout's number two of all time. Minecraft was number 5 at the box office when it came out. So it just feels like the world is going through such a change, and it's a consequential time, and we've got great people working on AI to help enable
Sanchez, that's
enterprise,
just
and I
not the
wanted to
PlayStation way.
take on something that could help the world continue to be entertained and help them play.
So let's talk about the numbers. Gaming revenue last quarter was $5.3 billion, down from 5.7 a year earlier. Hardware revenue down 33%. The Switch 2 and PS5 are outselling Xbox by some metrics. When you walked in on day one and looked at it, what was the most uncomfortable thing you saw?
Look, the gaming industry is going through a hard time. It's not unlike any other consumer industry. With when COVID hit, demand pulled forward, and then growth slowed after that. And in our case, we were not immune to that, and we have not been immune to that. I think the last generation product has particularly been a hard time. I think the most uncomfortable and
The last generation product has been particularly a hard time. What she's saying is the Xbox One flopped and failed and caused so much damage to Microsoft. I mean, it still sold around 60 million units, which is a fair chunk, to be fair, but it still did crazy damage to the brand. The launch it had was arguably one of the worst launches of all time.
surprising thing for me is what is happening in consumer electronics that we're not really talking about. I think that usually what happens at this point in a generation is your costs come down, right? Memory, storage, et cetera. Well, with AI, memory and storage costs are going up 2.75x rather than 50% down. Just in my first 100 days, it's up 50%, and I think it will continue to go up. And so the biggest challenge and opportunity is how do you make affordable products during that time, and that's what the next 100 days will be about.
So, Project Helix.
You know what? I think what she's saying there is that the Helix is going to be running a Pentium 1 processor with 24 kilobytes of memory. It's going to be a great time, boys. It's going to be a great time.
Helix, the next Xbox. Can you show me how big it's going to be, like with your hands?
Ghosty, I said that exact same thing in my video. I got no sympathy for Microsoft when they are one of the ones spearheading AI innovation going forward and causing the price increases. They are literally part of the problem. You can't have any sympathy for that.
Maybe.
No.
All right. But for this to pay off, it's going to have to be pretty expensive for all of the reasons that you just mentioned. Do gamers still care enough to
I
shell
think it's
out that
expensive if we do not innovate, and I came to help that problem. I think that, look, it is natural that prices go up. Every generation around us is raising prices, but I don't think you can.
What? Every generation, they're raising prices? That's a whole load of baloney. Isn't this like the first generation where prices have gone up instead of down? The Xbox One and PS3 went down in price, right? It got cheaper as the generations got on. The PS4 got cheaper as it went on. The 360 got cheaper as it got on. I mean, that can be argued, to be fair, because you probably had to buy 7 of them with the ROD, so it probably cost you more than it should have. But, when we're looking at it, they were giving them away for free a lot of the time. So that probably compensated some of it. I at least got like 4 of them for free through mobile contracts. But they always went down, not going up.
Can raise prices through the hardware crisis that we're seeing, and so it will require fundamental change in terms of how we innovate and how we think about the business models and how we go bring this to market, and we're working on that.
Do you think Xbox is still selling consoles mainly in 2030?
So look, the console market is stable and it's core to who we are, but at the same time, there's a lot of other growing markets. And so we're certainly going to continue to put out great reference experiences, but we're also going to push into new spaces. Microsoft owns Windows. Windows is one of the largest gaming platforms in the world. It has long had more players and more hours than any other platform. And I think it's going to have a lot of dollars associated with that in the future too. Mobile, we own Candy Crush. We have incredible worlds and characters that can meet the next generation where they are. And so, look, I look at console as core, and I look at our responsibility to not only serve that really well and get that healthy, but to also look at bringing the next generation online.
The Switch 2 is having a
You know, it's nice to hear us say that they're seeing the console as the core experience to Xbox. There are other, and the whole mention of reference machines, I'm assuming, is referring to like the Xbox LIX and stuff, and whatever the Helix is going to be, and whatever references the Helix might have. But it's nice to see that they're still kind of, at least in name, mentioning that the machine means something. Whether that, plays out in the end is unknown. We'll see in the future.
huge year. What are your learnings from the first generation of Xbox handhelds, and would you ever build your own, or do you not need that category?
Look, I think that there's a lot of interesting things to think about when it comes to how do you actually meet players where they are. I think handheld is just a way to take your games on the go with you, and so that can happen on mobile, that can happen on with Asus, which is our partner on handhelds, that can happen on all gaming handhelds. I think what's clear is the next generation plays a lot, and they see play as the most important form of entertainment to them. And a console is great when you're at home, and we're going to have to look for other ways to help serve that audience.
One of the most controversial things you did, first few weeks on the job, you kill Copilot in gaming. Satya has literally said multiple times, Microsoft is a Copilot company, Microsoft's trying to put Copilot into everything. How hard was it to make that call? And what did he have to say about it?
So, look, one of the first commitments I made was future of play. And I said, look, we're not going to we're going to be really thoughtful about how we ship AI. My job is to think about where we invest, what we prioritize, and how we operate. And our console players aren't excited about that experience in their console. Now, do I believe in AI? Absolutely. I think neural rendering is a great opportunity for us to invest in that. It helps upscale. It's helping with the footprint on your device so you can get better graphics. There's a lot of things that AI can be really great at. I think that we have to make sure it's solving a problem if we put it out there for gaming, and so I made that call.
So Satya was cool with that? Or?
It was an Xbox decision. He's given me latitude to make the best decisions for our players.
Well, how?
That's actually interesting. That he's giving her latitude to make those decisions, even if Satya doesn't agree. How far that actually stretches and how lax that permission is, time will tell. But it's good to see that he's giving her at least some breathing room, some free reign to react and build something that the consumers want, rather than, give us Duskborn, which no one wanted except, the people that hyped it up that ain't gonna play it.
How much latitude, elsewhere do you have? There's this idea that Microsoft wants to sort of extract software kind of revenues out of a gaming business, which, may not be possible. Do you have more breathing room when it comes to the financials?
Yeah, so my mandate is not 30% accountability margin. It's not enterprise software margins. It's to be the #1 gaming and entertainment company, and that's what we're gonna go do. If you think about it, Microsoft has invested more aggressively than nearly anybody in this category over the last 6 years. We've bought Activision and ZeniMax. We've invested in our core platform. We've invested in hardware cycles. We invest in subsidies even when we're losing money because of memory and storage. And so we're long on gaming. We're long on Xbox. We'll keep investing, but we've got work to do.
Bullets, I think it's really clear that Phil had enough. He checked out the last 2 years. He just couldn't be bothered anymore because he was constant. I feel like he was constantly being overruled, and so what you had in the end was Sarah being put into positions where she probably wasn't the best person to be making those conversations or judgments, or she was being put in, front of interviews where she, wasn't the best person for it. But I think Phil got to the point where Xbox was becoming something he didn't want it to become, and he couldn't stand for it anymore. At least, that's how I'm seeing it, because you don't go from being this guy who's constantly, out there, public facing, doing what he needs to do, and then suddenly just lock off entirely. And sure, he got ridiculed for a lot of things he said, like the way he just said one thing and then 2 weeks later people cite business changes and pivots. It got to the point where it was stupid. Oh, thank you.
It's the one you had with Joe.
Thank you very much. Sushi. Right? It got to the point where it got a little bit stupid, and I think even he knew that the pivots were just getting just dumb at this point. Wait, what the hell is that?
Share the numbers.
Oh, it's that.
We're not in a healthy spot. And so, next 100 days is going to be about resetting the business.
Let's talk about Activision. Microsoft paid $70 billion, $69 billion for Activision Blizzard, largest gaming acquisition in history. There have been layoffs, game cancellations, Game Pass prices have gone up rather than down. You inherited this deal. Is it paying off?
So look, I mean, I don't know anybody in entertainment who wouldn't want Call of Duty, which is now grossing in more revenue than Marvel Cinematic Universe, who wouldn't want one of the top 3 apps in the world, of Candy Crush, who wouldn't want World of Warcraft, and who wouldn't want a team that for 20 years has been able to create predictable hits every single year. So I love Activision Blizzard King. Look, it was bought at a time before ChatGPT. It was bought at a time before our strategy, when our strategy was predominantly on the core console. It was at a time when, we were right in the middle of COVID. So hard to say, how to think about those decisions, but I think these are incredible assets, and we intend to continue to invest in them.
Well, not one of your games, but Grand Theft Auto 6 is expected to be pretty big, outsell.
I'm very impressed you know these things.
I do have a 13-year-old son, as I said. Expected to outsell any game, movie, or album in history. You delayed Fable, in part in anticipation of this. What impact do you think this game is going to have on the industry? Like, do you see this as kind of a litmus test?
I think it's just one of the most important parts of culture at this point, and we want to make sure that we're fully supporting it. And so I'm excited to see how.
Did you hear what she said? And she didn't deny it.
Expected to outsell any game, movie, or album in history.
Listen.
You delayed Fable, in part in anticipation of this. What impact do you think this game?
You delayed Fable because of GTA 6. She pretty much openly said that. That's crazy. And there was no rebuttal or anything for it.
Is going to have on the industry. Like, do you see this as kind of a litmus test?
I think it's just one of the most important parts of culture at this point, and we want to make sure that we're fully supporting it. And so I'm excited to see how it does. I'm excited for the reactions. I'm excited to learn from it.
So the players didn't want Copilot, but how do you see AI changing gaming and game development in the future? Like, where does and doesn't AI belong when it comes to games?
Look, I think the biggest thing that I'm thinking about is how do we just make sure it's solving problems. On the game development side, I've gone to a lot of our studios, big and small, and I'm blown away with how they're using AI in the production pipelines, how they're using it for iteration and prototyping. Look, that's not production ready, there's still work. And so, 30% of game development is software. And so there's the traditional applications that we see in enterprise. At the same time, I do not think AI will replace AAA games. I think it's entirely possible, though, that AI represents a new category of games and a new type of development and enables more people to create and participate. And we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll see how we best serve that.
Your biggest competitors used to be, or maybe still are, Sony and Nintendo, but I don't know now. Is it Roblox or Netflix or TikTok? Like what? Who keeps
Don't you dare say TikTok.
Honestly, I think our biggest competition is attention. Right now, the next generation's number one thing they want to do is play. So we've got that going for us. But the way that they consume is really different. They want it wherever they are. They want it in shorter bites. They want to be able to customize. They want an open ecosystem. They want a lot of different things than our core user base. And so what's great is we have the characters and the worlds and the technology to be the best in the world and serve who we're serving. And we're going to have to invent new things to serve the next generation.
We talked about Fallout, and
So why doesn't Microsoft allow free modding of their game, of any game that's on the Windows Store? I get you can go through creations, but you can't actually just freely mod stuff most of the time because a lot of the files are encrypted. So they're not really. They need a lot of work to do there.
your characters showing up in theme parks and movies. I waited in line for a really long time to go on a ride at Universal Studios. Like it's, is Xbox a gaming business with an entertainment side hustle, or are you an IP company?
I think at the end of the day, gaming is entertainment. Mm-hmm. And so I look at us as, at the core, we have to create great games. People spend 70 billion hours a year with us, and that gives us the right and the permission to then have great shows, have these great, theme parks, have these great attractions. I don't think you can do that in reverse. Mm-hmm. And so at the core, we will always think about how do we make great games, and then increasingly, as people want to experience those worlds and characters outside of that, that's great, as long as it's authentic to that audience.
You just hired Matthew Ball, one of the most influential gaming analysts in the industry. I've interviewed him many times. He is very critical. He's been very critical of Xbox's mistakes in particular. What are you hoping he tells you that others aren't?
Look, we're a challenger right now, and so we have to be uncomfortable and understand hard truths, and I think he's going to help us do that. At the same time, he's one of the most creative people that I've met. I don't think that there is a linear path to success here. I think we need to take all of the learnings across entertainment, across gaming, across all of our collective histories. We have a lot of very tenured gaming leaders that are still on the leadership team, and we're going to need to find our way through it, and I think he's going to help us do that.
Mm-hmm. You've been labeled as not a gamer, but I know you have a gamer tag. Do you game now, and how much time do you spend fiddling around with it?
Yes, I'm not a gamer, but I do play games now because that is our core way that we reach our audience. And so, again, in my first 100 days, I've been trying to learn and listen and understand what makes this art form amazing. And what's
Sanchez, my question to you. If Tasman in chat had a console that's got 100 million consoles sold, right? And I have 10 consoles sold. Your game to port will cost you somewhere around 50 million. And each game sells for £70. Would you build a game on my platform? It's a simple yes or no answer. This isn't a trick question. Would you build a game on my platform that has 10 consoles maximum sold? Simple question.
What's interesting is there's a lot of people who are gamers that you never would have known until you start to pick up a controller. And so there's something about that. Look, when in a world in which everybody's attempting
I'm making the numbers up, Rachie.
To automate the economy, there's something wonderful to just be able to escape and have memories and connect to something that
So, as Ghosty, what you're saying is console sales does matter then?
you deeply care about, and that's deeply personal, and I think that's what games do.
What do you think the future of exclusivity is? And, for example, with Game Pass and, the comparisons to Netflix, is it really going to get there? Where is all that going?
I think it's a tough topic. Look, we're the #2 publisher in the world, and in order to be a great publisher, you must have your games reach large audiences to play. At the same time, we're increasingly becoming a platform. In order to be a platform, we must have exclusive content and services. And so we're looking at that very
Luna
closely.
found a cat.
I think that we have to be very thoughtful about each title on how we want to think about it and learn from similar cases in the industry.
Oh,
And that's what we're doing.
that was nice.
What do the next 100 days look like?
Dragon sushi.
Well, I think the first 100 days are going to be hard to beat in terms of the excitement, but the next 100 days is, look, we've done so much to start to revive Xbox. We've shipped more in the last 100 days than we have in the last year. We've been able to reset Game Pass after an 8-month decline. It's now returned to growth and expanding revenue retention, and most importantly, we're starting to get back to being closer to our players and our community. I think the next 100 days, we have to reset the business. We need to look at how we're investing, how we're prioritizing, change how we operate in order to return to growth, in order to be where the world plays.
The average attach rate for a game is around 5% of your user base. That is the average for a game, 5%. As we've seen over the years, it's actually less than that. You're looking at an average of about, give or take, 2% being the average. The average used to be around 5%. Now it's becoming around 3%. 3% is actually seen really good now. So what is 3% of 30 million? I'm putting it from the high. What is 3% of 30 million? 300,000? Is that a lot of copies sold? Will that be worth the port of a game? Is that enough for you to risk a return on investment? And 3%, I'm saying, is the top end at the moment. We're talking like, it's quite high up there. So with 3%, and if we're, including Game Pass in this, which means, people don't even really have to buy their games anymore, that actually goes down a bit more. And you're averaging at about 2%, right? So you're going even less than 300,000. I probably even got that number wrong.
So it's 2030. You've had 4 years to run Xbox. What does success look like? What is true about Xbox that isn't true today?
I'd love to see us be the #1 gaming and entertainment company.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was a good interview. I think it was a good interview. She was quite honest. She said where she wanted to go. She said the challenges. The next 100 days are going to be very telling. But my point still stands. If your average attach rate is around 2-3%, it's not a lot, right? That's not a lot when you've only got 30 million consoles sold. With the ballooning prices that we have now, so companies don't have to look at the return on their investment. Just because Microsoft has 500 million MAUs, that's great, right? 500 million MAUs, but that's not console users. That's not Xbox users. So publishers don't care about 500 million MAUs. They care about how many people are playing on the console. And so that 2% becomes a lot less than 500 million. It becomes drastically less than, 500 million. I think the interviewer was really good as well. She didn't unlike the one that did Sarah Bond dirty. I mean, the last Bloomberg interviewee, they were horrible to Sarah. You could see that she was pissed. This, I think, Bloomberg actually learned their lesson. What did I say I was wrong about?
Thank you so much.
It's a cool interview. Oh, my math numbers were wrong completely. I know they were wrong. They were so wrong that it went left field out and just didn't bother even doing a U-turn and coming back. That's how wrong they were. It does, John. And that's why console sales matter. When Final Fantasy 16 sold 3 million units, 3%. But back then they had roughly about what? 70 million consoles sold when Final Fantasy 7 Remake first or 16 launched? 70 million, so their actual attach rate was actually higher, right? They had like a 4%, 4.5% attach rate, which is good. It was almost hitting the old average. But nowadays it's at 2%. And so when you're looking at a platform with 100 million units sold, and you're looking at the attach rate, the average at 2% would mean 2 million units. That's going to be a lot more than what the 30 million units has got, right? It's the interviewer was mid. She was too combative towards Asher. Really? Uh, do you have a link for that? I don't know if I've got it. Let me see. Let's have a look. Uh, see if it's on X. Let's see. Is there an actual video of Bloomberg and Totoki? Is it this one here? Is it this one here? Well, at the start, she said the community came at you by saying that you are going to kill it, and then turned you into Jesus. How do you feel about that? So she said, it went from one spectrum to the other. It was I thought it was a pretty fair question. How does Subnautica 2 sell more? I mean, how does Subnautica 2 sell more than most games today? Not just Ghost of Yote or Saros. In fact, what is the Subnautica 2 um, sales numbers at the moment? I don't actually know. Okay, because I saw this, but I think this is old. Yeah, this is from April the 4th. 4 million copies. That's fairly good for a indie game, right? I wouldn't say it's an indie game anymore, but considering the trouble it's had, that's pretty good, right? How much did it launch for? Because price is important, right? I think part of the reason games are struggling is the price. If they were all around 50 quid, they'd sell more. At least I'd buy more. £40, I'd definitely buy more. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, do you think Power World would have had the success it had if it was $69.99? Do you think Subnautica would have sold the same amount of copies if it was $40 more expensive? But at $29.99, it's cheap enough. Let's see. But yeah, PlayStation CEOs and stuff, they don't do interviews. They stay away from those like the plague. And they see the crap that comes from them, and they know that things are gonna get twisted. It's like when who was it from PlayStation that said that the PS5 is just a plastic box, but the rest of the context for that was completely left out, and everyone ran away with the whole fact that they said it was a plastic box. Subnautica's third party, yeah. I mean, Sony first party has not been doing great. I think everyone knows that. It's and they're heavy. I think Sony's main problem is that they're heavily relying on Insomniac games at the moment, and so the majority of their games are all Marvel. It's Spider-Man, it's Wolverine. It's you're gonna get Venom soon. It's all kind of following one direction. Sent me two vids. Let's see what they are. But I think that's Sony's biggest problem. Naughty Dog hasn't released a single game this generation. I mean, I'm not counting the remakes and the remasters, but they haven't, right? Sucker Punch went from, I think that Yote was their only game, unless you want to count Tsushima, but that was a PS4 game that got ported over to the PS5. And then you got, that's it, right? You have the Asobi Studios, which released Astrobot. God knows what they're working on now. And then you got Insomniac. And they are heavily, heavily relying on Insomniac to carry them at the moment. Like, Insomniac is literally king in Sony at the moment in terms of game production. I think they've got like 4 games this generation, which is crazy. But if you took Insomniac away from PlayStation, they would have almost nothing. Yeah, we don't. Concord is gone, man. Concord was dead and buried. I guess they had Ragnarok this generation, and now they're gonna have. I will never ever remember the name for the new God of War. Hey, Grey Manad. I keep forgetting the name. It's so unmemorable. Like, even Sons of Sparta, I remember, but this one, I just cannot remember. It goes straight out. Like, I'll read it, it'll be there, and then I can't remember it. Lao Fei, that's it. Those ain't appropriate for the stream, man. But I appreciate you sending them. I'll check them out in my own time. Yeah, Navy, that's, I think, one of the silly things. I mean, we do know that Insomniac wanted to make us a Sunset Overdrive 2. They pitched it, and Sony turned it down because of the contract that Microsoft has. It would just change the IP name at that point, Black John. I think they should have just called it Lao Fei, a God of War story. That's it. And I think most people would have been fine. Most people would have been happy. But they wanted that God of War title at the beginning because of how strong the IP is. They did the same thing for what do you call it? Sons of Sparta, right? God of War, Sons of Sparta. Does that even have Kratos in there? Did the I mean, I didn't play Sons of Sparta, that 2D game, but did that actually have Kratos in there, or was it just Spartans? I mean, no one is saying Kratos is woke. It is young Kratos, yeah. Okay, then that one actually makes sense. I don't know. I don't know. I never really looked into it. It has young Kratos. Okay, so that one actually makes sense. So, you know, I've seen people turn around and saying every God of War to this date has had Kratos as the main God of War. So when you decide to go and buy a God of War, you expect to play as Kratos. It's just one of those things. But it's not like we haven't had changes in the past, right? Metal Gear Solid, and then you had Metal Gear Solid 2, and everyone expected. You started off the boat with Snake, and then after the boat, you went to the bunker and the oil rig, and you were playing as Raiden, which was weird, and no one was happy with it, but it grew on people. So who knows? What I think is going to be interesting with Lao Fei is how people respond to the cube, because there was a game that was around quite some time ago now, I guess. I mean, not too long ago, but it's been a while. A game that some of you may know, some of you may not know, that basically has the same kind of dynamics that Lao Fei has, and that was called Forspoken, where Fei, not Frey, but Fei, had a companion called Cuff, who was an arsehole. And, that back and forth quipping with each other, people cried about on stream and were hiding in their cupboards on stream, and they were pulling their hair out on stream. I mean, the fake outrage on that game was insane. Unbelievable. But it'll be interesting to see if they do the same thing with this game, because it's going to follow the same thing. The banter between them is going to be the same. You know what, Devastator? I said the same thing. They took the Spider Cube notion and took it to the next level. It's going to have the same effect, right? And, it'll be interesting to see if they're going to do the same amount of fake outrage. I mean, just look at First Light India, I keep calling it Indiana Jones, but 007. If any one of you, if you've played it already, at the beginning of the game, you're at boot camp. and you're doing press ups and stuff like this. And again, people were crying, having meltdowns that, is this what you call gameplay and this and this? It's like so fake. But will they do it for God of War? You love Frank the Cube? Thank you for the new membership. I appreciate you. Devastator, Spider Cube, Jiggly Spider Cube. I mean, are we going to see any Jigglies? I don't know. The 007 outrage felt so false. Man, that woman in that red bikini, I forgot her name, but god damn! There was nothing woke about that game. I don't understand what people thought was woke about that game. Xbox admits they are dead. We are not in a healthy spot. Like, the fuck is Dreamcast guy even saying? The guy is such a fucking idiot. They were right. They were pretty cool, Chili. We have about, I guess, anywhere between 10 and 40 minutes to the showcase. Maybe I did start a little early today. Do you guys want to check out a Dreamcast guy video? Yeah, that's the headline he used. Devastator is a big fan of Dreamcast guy. Huge fan. Let's see how long I can stomach this time. Let's see how long I can stomach this time. It'll be interesting to see if I can make it to the 5-minute mark. I don't have any faith. We all know what Dave thought was woke. Let's be fair. Moneypenny. I thought the character that played Moneypenny was really good. I mean, I don't, the race swap, whatever. I don't care about that. But I thought Moneypenny was actually one of the best characters there, alongside Lord Shax, right? Lord Shax was awesome. I would, one of my big disappointments with Shax was the fact that he wasn't saying any of his famous lines. If in doubt, throw grenades. And if you're still in doubt, throw even more grenades. You should have stayed on Forza. Look, Shax was in there. I expected some, seventh pillar or something like that to be in there. And being female, you mean like she was with Judi Dench playing her? I don't know, man. I don't see what was woke about it. I think people just wanted to hate it. Alright, let's see what this guy has to say. I'll give it 5 minutes.
Hey there, gamers. Dreamcast Guy here. Today we're talking about Xbox. Very bad. She admits that the games aren't selling, that basically everything is just super deep in the red. Game Pass is just geysering. Nobody's buying an Xbox.
Okay, he's just gonna lie out of his teeth. I'm done with that already. If he's gonna lie, I mean, literally, he's just lying, so I'm done with that already. That didn't last long. The last video he made with the state of play, I thought was a good one, but he's literally started off within the first 5 seconds lying out of his teeth. She never said any of that. Nothing. None of that was actually said. What's the point in watching something if you're gonna lie? Just picture the fake outrage from BioWare now. BioWare showed a Mass Effect trailer and the... Like, what's the point? Like, come on. I actually said see if I can last till the 5 minute mark. I didn't make it past the 10 second. She just said financially they're not in the best position. And that is true. They're not actually making any growth. If you look at their financial numbers, they're doing like 1% growth, or in some areas, they're actually shrinking by a couple of percent. So they need to do something to push those numbers up, into the double digits at the very least. 10%, 12%. My guy is like, oh my god, she said Game Pass is dead and all this and that. You didn't say nothing like that. She didn't literally say nothing like that. I mean, that was the quickest I've ever jumped off a Dreamcast guy video. That is literally the quickest I've jumped off a Dreamcast guy video. I don't think there'll ever be a quicker one than that. I tried at least to watch it. I deserve some credit for that. Alright, let's see what else is happening. Apparently Paramount Games are gonna announce their first game today. Not sure what it is, but they're gonna announce it. We should see something from Kronos today, maybe. Maybe not. People are still upset about Control Resonant. A granny playing Wuthering Waves is so heartbroken by the story that she's in tears. It's a good story. Do you think Kojima's going to make an appearance today? Apparently Final Fantasy VII Rebirth might show up today. The world's first racer has raced over 50k for charity. Has anyone actually won the raid yet, Chili? Not Rebirth, whatever the new third one is. Apparently, it's got a really high chance of being shown at today's show. I want to see Kingdom Hearts 4. I really should sit down and play through Kingdom Hearts 3 at some point. Nobody has beaten it yet. People are on phase 4 with Chaos Kefka and Neo. Oh my god! Are you for real? Chaos Kefka and Neo X-Death? Chaos and Neo X-Death can do fake mechanics? Oh my god, that's rough. Yeah, I don't miss Savage Raiding, man. I don't miss it. I don't. I had my time doing Savage Raids. I had, I had my fun. They were good. I don't have the patience for them, nor the brain capacity to do them anymore. Not unless I'm using something like Act, which is going to call out the mechanics for me. Yeah, there isn't much actually happening in the world at the moment for gaming. All eyes are going to be on 10 o'clock. So we've got half an hour left. Man, the amount of AI trolling that they're doing with Lao Fei is I want to say hilarious, but some of it is kind of just borderline. Well, it's just wrong. There's no borderline about it. It's just wrong, man. But you know, people are gonna be people. Can't really help that. So apparently, the final game that's going to be shown at the showcase today is a narrative-driven single-player game, says Jeff Keighley. Please look forward to it. Awesome stuff, Byron. Hey, Rabbi. I heard Kingdom Hearts 3 was pretty poor. It's one of the reasons it put me off playing it. Like, I've heard it's really, really bad compared to the others. Even, like, Birth by Sleep is rated better than that. I actually quite like Birth by Sleep. If someone is doing it, it's not the official Summer Games Fest channel. Let me have a look. Maybe IGN is doing something. Maybe IGN. Igna, are you doing anything, Igna?
He feels like, I don't know, chocolate and peanut.
Igna is doing just random talk show. They're not actually showing
story,
any
but it kind of looks like sort of a, you know,
maybe I guess you could say
ragtag
they
crew,
are.
Dirty Dozen, Suicide Squad type thing where you get this, you know, disparate gaggle of team members together, and then you're doing something during the Clone Wars. But yeah.
What do you think about the Clone Wars setting?
That's usually
I'm
not
good,
my first
Remy.
choice to
How
go
are
to,
you?
but I think depending on, I guess, what corner of the galaxy this is in, I could be into it. I like that it's not just a conventional Clone Wars game. Like, it could be, you know, like you could very easily do a palette swap of XCOM that's just about clone troopers. But in this case, it's clearly getting a little bit weirder. I think this is sort of our main character here, who's a sort of a scoundrel smuggler type. But yeah, clearly not opposed to dirty jobs.
Ryan, XCOM, Midnight Suns, are these your types of games?
Well, I would have to shout out our former reviews editor, Dan Stapleton,
Thank
who is
you.
probably watching at home. That is definitely his kind of jam. But, you know, I do like a good tactics game. We got a good Gears of
Yep.
War tactics game, Gears Tactics, some years ago. And yeah, I'm with Max. Like, this seems like it could be a really good fit as far as developer and the type of game that's being made here.
Yeah, there's some really good stuff happening with legacy film properties and video games these days, because
This is
007
IGN,
First
by the
Light
way.
is incredible. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is great. We have the Jedi Survivor games that are really good, so hopefully this is another one.
It's almost as if publishers have
IGN.
finally figured out that if they pair good talent with the right
Yeah.
property, that good games and big sales are what comes of it.
Yeah, licensed games do not have the stigma that they once had. Okay, this is not official, but Miranda,
Yes.
Persona 6.
I hope so. That would be so sick. Anytime there's a Persona 6, it'd be 6.
So, apparently,
anytime
Persona
there's
6 is
any
not
sort
going
of
to
thing
be here
from
today.
Persona, from Atlas, I am excited.
It's going to be at the
Persona
Xbox
4
Showcase.
Golden is one of my favorite games of all time. And I like Persona 5, and I like the spin-offs they've been doing. And I think getting to see
Persona
6 come
4
about
Golden
would be
is great.
fantastic. And I'm really curious to see where they go with the protagonist, like how it's formatted.
Yeah.
We saw them obviously go back and put out Persona 3 for everybody to play again, and get a good fresh taste of it. We know Persona 4 is getting its glow up as well, so this team is quite busy.
I mean, some screenshots and concept art of a Persona
I need
6
to
have
buy
supposedly
Persona
leaked.
3. I never did
Seems
play
like
it
it's
while it
coming
was
up.
on
Oh
Game
yeah,
Pass.
you're a Persona fan?
Yeah, I think what we saw from the concept art, if it is real, it looked absolutely beautiful. So I'm absolutely excited for all the Persona fans to be
Yeah,
able to
they
get
can't
this.
show it at the moment because
Okay.
Sega
Capcom has not announced anything
doing
specific, but they are
DMCAs to
currently
anyone showing
running
it.
Summer Game Fest deals. So, I don't know, Max, what do you think? Is it time for... We already got Pragmata and Requiem, and we've got Onimusha coming this year.
Capcom's keeping busy.
They're on a roll.
Look, we sort of know what some of our Capcom Christmas presents are. We've heard, rumors of Code Veronica remake for ages. It seems like we might get a proper Requiem DLC expansion, whatever you want to call it. We got Leon Must Die Forever, which was a fun little roguelite spin, but I think people really want Mercenaries, and they want, obviously more story stuff, because Requiem is a blast. That is the best-selling game in franchise history, and I believe the best-selling game of the year.
It's the best-selling game of the year.
Yeah, because it's great. So, yeah, more of that, please. But also, Code Veronica would be pretty neat, too.
Yes, please.
Which one?
Code Veronica.
Oh, Code Veronica, yeah. Yeah, that's supposed to be the next one. I don't know. Alec, did you play Requiem?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I beat it 3 times, speed
Yeah.
ran it. I am part of the audience that is a huge fan of Resident Evil, so I'm excited about these Capcom sales because it's a perfect opportunity to be able to go back in time and play these older games. And honestly, Capcom has been on a roll with Requiem, and I'm hoping for a DLC today. I really am.
Yeah.
Not only that, they've been cooking with remakes for a while. I mean, much of the Resident Evil series, we got a really excellent Dead Rising remake a year or so ago. So they seem to have kind of
How was
figured
that a
out
good
the right,
Dead
the right
Rising
approach
remake?
Yeah.
to bringing those older games
they
back.
censored it
And I think their new
throughout
stuff too,
entirely.
obviously Pragmata was just fantastic.
Yeah.
Like it was such
There's
a nice
no
surprise.
way
I think
you
for a
can pull
long time when
that
they were teasing, I was like,
faithful,
I don't know about this. And then I
good
played it, I was like,
remake.
this is great. This is fantastic. Like I'm really excited to see anything done by Capcom right now.
They're on fire.
I'm also just remembering right now that Mega Man, they announced a new Mega Man on one of
Right.
Jeff Keighley's shows, and we haven't seen any gameplay of that yet. So that's actually a probably pretty good possibility that we could see more of the next Mega Man. Okay, there's this new game. It's called Blood Message. Ryan, do you know about this game? This was revealed last summer.
Not much, other than that the trailer absolutely exploded on IGN's channel. I think it's over 4 million views on our YouTube channel. But yeah, it is a story-driven single-player action-adventure game, which are, when those words are all strung together, that's music to my ears.
Yeah.
That's what I love to hear. I mean, so hopefully we get a first proper look at gameplay for this soon. Maybe that's going to be in 20 minutes from now.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to wait till later in the year. But yeah, I mean, there's certainly a lot. I mean, when they use the term anchored in cinematic storytelling, that is, those are the correct words. Now let's see it backed up with some gameplay, I hope.
Yeah, this was announced last summer. It's being developed by 24 Entertainment Studio and NetEase Thunderfire. I think it's described as, it's anchored, you said, cinematic storytelling, visceral, realistic combat that blends stealth and survival mechanics. I don't know, this is starting to sound more and more like a Max game.
It sounds cool. This is the developer that did Naraka Blade Point, and this is such a huge departure from that, but it's really cool to see. It takes place during the Tang Dynasty, and yeah, you can very clearly see, I think they might have played a Naughty Dog game somewhere in there, but these environments are stunning, and obviously the characters look great. This is an Unreal 5 game for sure, but they have clearly been putting in work there, so.
Alex, does this look like something you want to play?
Yeah, as I'm watching the trailer right
Would you
now,
say
what I'm
this is
noticing
more
is that
Naughty
we've had a
Dog
lot
or more
of
Assassin's
samurai
Creed?
games, lots of swords, lots of weapons, and what I'm looking at is a lot of martial arts also in this game as well. So it's kind of adding a little bit more to the gunplay, not the gunplay, to the melee play that you see in games. Looks absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think how much Uncharted DNA do you think that it could be in here, Ryan?
Well, it's tough to tell just from this original teaser trailer, the reveal trailer. But I mean, when you get the action adventure single player cinematic, I mean that is almost Uncharted is like the textbook definition of that. So it's won't be a surprise if there is a good bit of that type of gameplay in this, and I don't think anybody's going to be complaining, especially with how good this looks.
Yeah. Okay, switching gears. Ryan, Forza Horizon 6 is out now.
Miranda was hoping you were going to say Gears of War there.
Gears of War? No, not here, not here. Later this weekend.
There's that too. Yeah.
We'll see Gears on Sunday.
Forza Horizon 6 is out now. It's fantastic. But another game we know it's going to be at Summer Game Fest is from the former creative director of Forza Horizon. It's called Clutch, and it's a cinematic open-world driving game from Maverick Games and Mike Brown. So we wrote about it 2 years ago. 2 years ago, iTunes wrote, Amazon Games announced today it has struck a deal with Maverick Games for a narrative-led open-world driving game, which is set to release on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. Ryan, has this been on your radar?
Yes, because the Horizon series, I mean, every single one has not only been a gem, they've continually gotten better. Forza Horizon 6 got a 10 out of 10 from IGN, and Mike Brown here, the creative director, it's like, all right, if you were running that and you chose to leave that to go do something new, I want to see what your something new is. And if it's single player oriented, Horizon, as great a series as it is, you can absolutely enjoy the heck out of it single player, and I certainly do, but there is a big social element to that game. So I'm curious what a pure focus on single player is going to look like for this. It could be in part to keep the scope of the game a little tighter, to get the game out a little sooner rather than spending years and years and years to build all the little social multiplayer elements. But regardless, yeah, I mean, I love the name, by the way. Like, that's just a great car name.
It's pretty cool.
Great car game name. And obviously, we've got plenty of real-world cars here, and the pedigree is there. So, yeah, I mean, if it's taken this long, because we also got that announcement of the new Stuntman Hollywood game recently at State of Play this week. And so if we're in a renaissance of car games that aren't just like straight track racers, that's just,
it has to be the home of everything.
The cinematic word in there is kind of curious. I'm almost like, based on the logo alone, I'm getting almost like a driver vibe. Like
you might be right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the story's going to be, but it's clearly plenty of racing. But I'd be kind of down to see driver by way of Forza Horizon. That could be a good time.
Yeah, but I mean, when you say strong, powerful streaming capabilities,
what
what do you mean by that?
There's plenty of stories about being on the road, and especially if you're getting a race in, it's like just.
I mean, I agree with the exclusives.
Elliot, have you been playing any Forza Horizon 6?
I
Although
have
it's a lot
not,
more difficult
but
to
the reason
really
I haven't
get
is because I do get
exclusives
addicted
now if
to
you're on
racing
PC
games for
as
some
well.
reason. I don't know what it is about it, but it looks so cool. I should probably get my hands on this game, and of course,
the Xbox store for sure.
It's very good. Okay, earlier this week at the PlayStation State of Play, they showed
for example,
Rayman Legends Retold. That one's coming October 1st. But also, I don't know if you saw last week, a Rayman Origins Enhanced Edition appeared in the Xbox store, Ryan, with a $2,000 price. I believe it's placeholder.
Boy,
I couldn't buy it from there because it's not available.
Deluxe editions are getting out of control, clearly.
So I just don't know if these are separate things.
Games aren't
if there's
there,
also a Rayman Origins Enhanced Edition coming in addition to Legends
that's
Retold.
a huge problem
That would seem
with
odd
their
and
store.
somewhat
I
unlikely
don't
to
think
me
they've
that
invested enough
Ubisoft would
to
want to
make
push
sure
two
these
Raymans
games
at once,
Yeah.
don't
Raymen
skip
at
them.
once.
Rayman,
I don't know
yeah.
what else they can really do.
Yeah,
to be fair,
that would be a
because
little strange, but I
the
mean, Origins
developers
was
are actually
fantastic.
better
So
off
if
in terms
there's
of
some sort of
percentage,
enhanced
there's no
version on
reason
the
why
way,
they
I mean,
wouldn't
I'm
put
not
it
going
on
to sit
there.
here and complain
It's
about it.
12.5%
But
on
yeah,
the
it does
PC,
seem
Xbox
that
app
like the timing
for developers.
doesn't quite make
So-
sense on that to me.
Yeah, that's a possibility though. And then there was
I
an
don't
ESRB
understand why they
rating
keep
that leaked for
skipping it.
Guardians of the Galaxy, which we're going to assume is coming to Switch 2. Remember the Guardians of the Galaxy game?
A very underrated game.
Seriously.
Really,
yeah.
really good game.
Yeah.
Good game. Alec, did you play that one? It's from a few years ago. The Guardians of the Galaxy?
I did not. I watched the movies, but
Well-
I feel like I should dive into this world more.
Yeah, it's like it's not based on the movies,
I don't
it's its
think
own
it
thing,
needs
but it's
that,
great. It's like a Tomb
Winter
Raider. It's an
Soldier.
Uncharted like with
Rest in peace to Eidos Montreal,
I mean,
the
yeah.
wonderfully
You know,
talented
most
developer that made that
professional
game.
setups
Good one
have
to
two
go out
PC
on.
setups
A couple
anyway.
minutes before we break,
One for
this is
their
an interesting
gaming
one.
and one
It
just
was just
to
announced today. Paramount
just
Game Studio is
play
being formed,
the
and they're going to announce their first
streamed
game
footage.
today.
I don't
Paramount
think it actually
owns a
needs
lot
that,
of. I
personally.
don't know if you know this. They own a
I
lot
just
of movie
think it
properties.
really needs to be-
They could make anything from Mission
Oh, is it?
Impossible to Transformers to
I
GI
thought
Joe
it
to
might
Star
be.
Trek, SpongeBob, A Quiet Place. There's a lot. I mean, it goes on and on and on. I don't know, Max. If Paramount asked you, Max,
That should be better.
what property of ours should we make a game based on?
Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and
I just think what they need to do is make sure that it gives you a good gaming experience, a good home console style experience without any issues, without any problems, without any glitches. As long as they can get that right, I think that's that's 101. That's the most important thing.
Bring it back. I mean,
I play them though, so no, I want to play.
Yeah.
I want to play a new one.
How about maybe Ninja Turtles? They're under the Paramount because that's like we've gotten really good 2D Ninja Turtles games, but 3D seems like it's been a minute since we've had a 3D Turtles game.
Well, there was the last Ronin game. Sorry.
the last one. Yeah, is that still on? Is that still happening? It's hard to.
I don't know. Like
Hard to remember.
Racer talked about it, and it seems like a great solution because instead of having
No,
four
thank you for the
turtles
5, dude.
do unique everything for it's just one turtle with all the gear.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, the fundamentals need to be done right.
I would be down for
And then, you know,
roleplay
you need to give people a
game
reason
because
to
imagine the idea of
buy the
being
console.
behind a microphone and
You
not
need the carrot.
make mistakes if you get scared. I don't know. I feel like there's a mechanic that could work here. I love horror games, and the way if you can make them even more creative, I'm down.
Star Trek. Paramount definitely owns Star Trek because that's one of the. Every time Strange New Worlds comes back into a new season, I resubscribe, and so like we haven't had a
That would be nice, Byron.
high budget AAA Star Trek game in a while.
Like an action adventure.
I appreciate that, Winter. I appreciate it.
007 First Light, where you're actually
Yeah, I mean, I'm old enough to remember when Raven Software did.
But yeah, Microsoft right now needs to find a balance. Look, I don't think they can go full exclusive, and I don't think in reality they should. Right? But I think there should be exclusive content, exclusive games. But there are some stuff, like I said in my video, where I think they should, push it out. The smaller games like South of Midnight, which really isn't anything but a Game Pass filler. It was a great game, don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed it. The stuff like that, I think going multi-platform is okay. But Halo, Gears, Fable, Starfield, these are games that should stay exclusive. You need a carrot to sell the console. If you don't have the carrot, you don't have the sales. It's really that simple.
The best way to track your game collection. Now you can even import your entire Steam library to playlist, making it easier than ever to review games. Show off your collection of the world.
I don't think they'll ever make, like, for example, people are saying after the 10 years is up, Call of Duty is going to be exclusive to Xbox. I don't ever see that being exclusive to Xbox. I could see them maybe doing like exclusive skins and stuff like that. Sure, that I can see. But to make the game exclusive, nah. It's just not worth it. Financially, it's not worth it. It's not going to bring enough people over anyway. And you're losing tons of money. Certain games just need to be everywhere. And in my opinion, multiplayer games should be everywhere. What they can do is make the single player exclusive to the console, to the platform, to the ecosystem, whatever they want to do with that. but the multiplayer should be everywhere. You want as many people playing the multiplayer as possible. But I guarantee you, if and when Destiny 3 gets announced, if it's not a live service game and it's a standalone narrative-driven campaign-based story game, it's going to be exclusive to PlayStation and potentially, yeah, it's going to say if it is a live service game, it's going to be PC and PlayStation. It will not be going to Xbox.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, don't worry. Summer Game Fest 2026 has not started yet. We'll be showing it to you in just a bit. But while we wait for it to begin, let's continue with what we expect and hope we'll see today. We're talking about Star Wars Zero.
If they aren't games they expect to sell too well on Xbox, because on Xbox they're just going to be Game Pass add-ons. They're going to be fillers for Game Pass. That's their sole purpose. But they could find an audience elsewhere, right?
Readers will know that I love Burnout.
Yeah.
One of my favorite series. It doesn't seem like it's coming back. EA sadly doesn't seem interested in giving us any more Burnout. But this team that's developing, this new team that's developing Galactic Racer, they're comprised of some former Burnout development team members.
That's what I mean with it. With the amount of studios that they own, it's difficult. Like Activision Blizzard games, for the most part, I think should just, unless it's a new IP, is it, should they be exclusive? I mean, they did pay $80 billion for it, so maybe yes. But then you've got stuff like the Elder Scrolls 6, which I think, personally, in my opinion, it should be, exclusive. It's a massive title. Doom should be exclusive. At the very least for like two years.
I remember when EA got the Star Wars license, we were like, give pod racers Criterion.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Criterion did work on some of the speeder stuff for Battlefront.
True.
But that wasn't a full-fledged thing. This is great because it's not just pod racer, it's also a little bit Star Wars Demolition, which is another underrated gem.
I mean, I can't remove the games that's already there.
Yeah, I like the fact
but
that
stopping future games, I can see. But COD, at least until the 10-year contract is up, which is 2033, I believe, they can't stop that going anywhere.
So that's coming up very soon. Max, sticking with Star Wars, is it Star Wars Jedi?
The remake? I don't think that was exclusive at all. I think that was released everywhere day one.
Yeah, I heard it here first. We got Fallen Order, we got Survivor. Stig Asmussen, who was the creative director for both of those, has since left Respawn. He started his own thing, but prior to that, when talking about Survivor, he said that they always thought about it as a trilogy, and that's not confirming they're going to get a third game, but if you make two very successful games based on a franchise that's known for trilogies of things, it seems kind of like we're going to get one.
Well, right when Survivor came out, I did an IGN Unfiltered interview.
Winter Shoulder, I think it's really simple.
We talked a little bit about
Tentpole titles,
they're moving to Unreal Engine
exclusive.
for the third one, and
Live service, push everywhere.
Like I said, is today the day? Because maybe they're focus on the other
AA games or filler games for Game Pass, you go by a case-by-case basis.
One thing that Respawn's been really good
But I still feel that they can monetize early access in a better way as well on Xbox and PC. And that will alleviate the need to push to more platforms.
Been 3 years since the second one, so you're right that like we're heading into the likely window when we should see it, and so my gut tells me it won't be today just because we're looking at for these other Star Wars games and Galactic Racer, like we know that's imminent, but I wouldn't be surprised if we're reconvening here for the Game Awards. And that's maybe when we get the Jedi 3 announcement. That's my hope. But hey, if it shows up today, I'll be as happy as anybody else.
If it is today, I'm just wondering how they're going to connect this story because we're getting closer to A New Hope. So how far in the years to come, like how old will Cal Kestis be? Like what will that story look like, and will it connect to A New
I get
Hope?
that, Byron.
Lots of Star Wars stuff happening right now, and I'm okay with that.
But if we continue to go down that mindset, eventually the only games that are coming out on console are Skibbity Toilet.
I'll let you speak
or the chatter is that we are getting, potentially, I'm hoping for Resident Evil Code Veronica. This is a game that I personally have not played because it is so old and we do desperately need this to be remade. I've looked at gameplay of it and it just really, really needs to be.
The reason why Oblivion was exclusive on the original Xbox is because it physically couldn't work on the PS2.
She's searching for him, and I want to see that story. I think people deserve.
At the time of launch, they physically could not get the game to load. Or was that Morrowind? It was either Morrowind or Oblivion, one of the two. But they physically couldn't get the game to work on there. It just didn't have enough memory.
Is Leon married? We need to find out. Is that what the story is going to be about? So that's where my hope lies. And obviously, we got to see a little bit of Witcher on the screen.
Yeah.
Witcher songs. It's called Songs of the Past as well. The full-fledged expansion. They did say it was a little bit later this summer, but why not hope and dream that we did get to see some gameplay of it today?
Yeah, that's true.
See, to me, I don't think games like South of Midnight are going to drive Game Pass.
We'll see where that shows up. Miranda,
If they can get Resident Evil 10 on Game Pass day one, that will drive Game Pass. GTA 7, that will drive Game Pass. I mean, we'll probably all be dead by the time GTA 7 lands, but I'm just using that as a hypothetical. If they put Final Fantasy 17 day one on there, that could be a Game Pass driver. But you need really big IPs to drive Game Pass. The smaller ones are there to sustain the player base, not to bring new customers in. Now, if what you meant was sustaining, then yeah, sure, I agree with that. But at the same time, if it's just sustaining, pushing out to more places won't hurt that sustainability. Because it's pretty much designed not to really bring in new players, but to keep the present ones happy.
Yeah.
One that I think could be there and would get a lot of attention.
Yeah, there is always a good mix of, big AAA stuff, indie stuff, multiplayer games. Ryan,
When the show starts, I'm going to set it to as low as possible.
Legacy of Atlantis?
Anime.
We actually got delayed out of this year into February of next year. A little bit of a bummer, but
Anniversary of Tomb Raider is ruined because this
was
this
this year?
is the year. Yeah,
Man,
1996 for the first Tomb Raider.
man, GTA 6. Nothing is safe from GTA 6. I don't know. But you mentioned that was another game you'd like to see more of.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I am old enough to remember.
Or maybe I'll just see if I can turn it off entirely.
I'm also old enough that I've forgotten it. Like it's been so long since I played the
It's
original.
just there for now.
It's a total remake, obviously, of the original. So I'm sort of curious what they're going to retain from that original game and what they're going to be bringing in from the modern Tomb Raider reboots. Obviously, we've already seen kind of a grappling hook that certainly wasn't in the original game.
Yeah.
But Unreal Engine 5 here, so again, another spectacular looking Unreal Engine 5.
But thanks so much for the memberships and the super chats. It's really appreciated, folks.
Or not, it's probably been long enough where this is going to effectively be a new Tomb Raider game for anybody. And then the next.
Well, YouTube has recently decided that they're going to create a problem, right? And if you kind of listen to what I'm saying, because I can't openly say it, but if you read between the lines, YouTube has created a problem
Less than 5 minutes ago
and then fixed it by charging you money for YouTube Premium. Now, I pay for YouTube Premium because I push it through as expenses, so whatever. But there are, other alternatives to YouTube Premium. And with YouTube being really shitty about it and almost doubling or tripling the amount of ads that go through, my advice is to explore your horizons in terms of what's available to get a premium-like experience.
We're going to watch it together here. It's going to be a lot of fun. Miranda, what else? What is Anata?
So Anata is a new game from Naked Rain and NetEase.
That works for some people, not for anyone.
That's what we keep calling it. It's like, oh yeah, it's the open world RPG that is everything. It has Spider-Man elements in it. It looks kind of like GTA, but it's all very anime, and it looks so cool. Right now, I think they're boasting over 17 million pre-registrations. I am one of those pre-registrations. I know a few people on my team are.
Are we gonna watch Summer Game Fest here, or are we gonna watch it over at the original channel?
Substance about it.
Are we gonna watch it here
Could also make a good
or here?
here as well.
Interesting. Max, is there anything else in particular you're excited to see, hoping to see?
Hellraiser?
Yeah.
There's that new Hellraiser game.
Yeah.
I just got like really into Clive Barker short stories recently, so I'm down to hang out with some weird Cenobites and stuff. And yeah, that one got, I think it was playable at Gamescom, so I feel like it's closer than we might give it credit for. But
We don't.
That's got to be Halloween though, right? Like, so that should
Well,
be out. Like,
Except it's a little bit crowded because there's
All right.
Halloween. The game Halloween.
I'm gonna
is
stop
coming.
this.
that's true.
We're gonna go over to the other one because they're not really showing anything else here. So I'm gonna close that now. This is getting ready. I'm gonna take a quick loo break and then come back and off we go. But yeah, well, again, thanks so much for the super chats and memberships. I appreciate it, man. We're back.
Please welcome to the stage the creator of the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley.
All right, so I've set the ads to manual. I'm not going to trigger any. So, no sound.
Yes, you guys are prepped and ready.
There is sound.
It's a good one, don't worry. All right, hello everybody, and welcome to Summer Game Fest, gaming's biggest global showcase of what's next. You know, we started SGF back in 2020 because we didn't want to lose that magic moment every June when gamers around the world come
You guys hear
together
sound, right?
to hype ourselves about the future. New worlds, new stories, new characters, and yeah, maybe the return of some fan favorites too.
More?
This is our 7th and biggest SGF.
That's
I have
a
to say, guys,
maximum.
the magic is back.
I
We
can't
have
actually
a
put up
great
anymore.
show for you today. Now, over the next 2 hours, we, alongside some of the world's most talented game developers, are going to show you why gaming's best days are right ahead of us. What I love about SGF is that we put platforms and rivalries aside. It doesn't matter where you play, everyone is welcome here today. And right now, everyone has a lot of games to play. As you can see behind me,
I can't
in
put
just
it any
the
higher,
first
so this is
5
it.
months of 2026, Steam saw a record-setting 9,205 new game releases, and that's up from 7,800 last year. There are now more games and more creators than at any point in the history of this great medium. Now, sure, a cynic might look at those numbers and think, how can anyone possibly break through with their game? But then, great medium. Now, sure, a cynic might look at those numbers and think, how can anyone possibly break through with their game? But then you look closer. So far this year, 14 new games are estimated to have sold more than 1 million copies on Steam. 10 of those, they come from independent publishers. Isn't that great? Absolutely, and most of them were brand new IPs like Nugenics, Windrose, or Far Far West.
Wait, when is...
That tells you something important. Players, you guys are hungry for new experiences. You want really great, so congratulations to all those games. Now, you know, some games, they become global blockbusters, but others actually find smaller, passionate communities that love them deeply. And today, both of those kinds of success matter. The truth is, not every game has to be for everyone. That's what makes this medium so exciting right now and makes SGF so rewarding. Because this show helps drive discovery. I hope you find your next favorite game today. So get ready to get wishlisting. Should we get on with the show?
Rebby, what did you want to know?
Okay.
I thought the video was
It's going to be a
self-explained.
fun
Did you watch
ride.
it?
So let's get started with our preview of what's ahead with our first announcement.
All right, here we go, boys. For every good game that gets shown, you guys need to super chat by $5. I'm not going to get a single super chat at this rate in my home stage. Don't show anything. Watch the video, Rebby. It's all explained in the video.
Oui? Qui est-ce? So, you're the American who called earlier. The sister of the man on the third floor. Ah, welcome to Paris. It's so nice to meet you. Brr, it's freezing. Come in. Come in. We don't want you to catch a cold. I hate to say it, but your brother is, well, quite odd. In we go. Oh la la.
Resident Evil 10, you know.
Guy. He's made such a mess again. Think, I just cleaned it up a week ago. It's like a boulder rolled through here. Huh?
The name's Pliskin.
Ah, the delightful biscuit. I'm sure he won't notice if we help ourselves. Oh, I'm so sorry. It must be the maintenance man from this morning. Won't be long. I'll bring some nice coffee to go with the biscuit.
This is Fatal Frame all over again, isn't it? Evil Dead? Resident Evil 10, really?
Don't move. Claire Redfield.
Code Veronica! Oh, shit! I don't think it's Code Veronica. I think this may be the sequel to Code Veronica.
Capcom on a roll. What a way to kick off the show. Resident Evil Veronica revisits a classic title from the Resident Evil universe, reimagining the experience for today's players. Thank you to Takeuchi-san and Capcom for that incredible news. Now, some surprise breaking news from one of the top independent game studios in the world.
Hello there, I'm Cuphead here at Studio MDHR headquarters. And today, we have a special announcement for all of you. We're happy to confirm that development has begun on a brand new, hand-animated Cuphead video game. Our talented team is hard at work on this ambitious project, which will take Cuphead and friends on a fresh, exciting adventure. It's still in early stages, but we look forward to revealing more when the time is right. Well, from all of us here at Studio MDHR, thank you for... I didn't know this was plugged in. Hello? Yes? Oh, indeed. Oh, you want me to tell them? Yes, I'll tell them. Yes, right now. Well, it seems I have one more surprise. A small team within our studio has been working in secret on something completely different. This new project is a love letter to the era that brought us into the world of video games. We have prepared a sneak peek, and I'd say... it's pretty radical. Over here? Ahem. Pretty radical.
Let's roll the clip.
Now in development at Studio MDHR. It's Mighty Cuphead Adventure. A new fast-action platform shooter with arcade-quality graphics and amazing sound. Mighty Cuphead Adventure.
Only from Studio MDHR.
That's actually kind of cool. I like that.
You know I love my puppets. That was great. And there you have it. 2 brand new games from Studio MDHR up in Canada with Mighty Cuphead Adventure.
By the way, you guys should not get any ads
to consoles and PC. And then a brand new hand-animated Cuphead game has been confirmed too.
You shouldn't
Great
see
news.
anything
All
because
right.
I'm not going to manually
well, now
trigger
please
them.
join me in welcoming my co-host and partner in a new game discovery website called Looking for Game. It's Lucy James, everyone.
Thanks, Jeff. I am thrilled to be back here at Summer Game Fest, and I'm excited to share in so many incredible announcements. Now, this next one is very special for me. It's a game we've all been waiting to see for a long time.
Sega!
やってくれたわね。大きな損失よ。こんな失態を見逃す会社ではないの。 これは最後のチャンス。
I think it looks more like an alien than a golden axe.
Do you understand? Yes.
I think it's Final Fantasy. Alien Isolation 2. Ooh, nice. Nice.
Hi, I'm Al Hope, Creative Director of Alien Isolation 2.
And I'm Anna Sovikova, Art Director of Alien Isolation 2.
On behalf of the whole survival team
Silver,
at Creative
you knew
Assembly,
about this,
we're
didn't
very
you?
excited to share our return to the survival horror genre. It's been 12 years since we released the first Alien Isolation, and we're continuing what we started, creating an authentic new chapter which builds on that core isolation experience of escaping the terrifying, unkillable, relentless alien.
And this time, we're unleashing the alien on an unsuspecting colony world. From the claustrophobic confines of the colony itself to the exposed and storm-ravaged landscape surrounding it, Kurosaki Station is a new hunting ground for the ultimate apex predator. Players will face a desperate struggle to survive and escape, and we cannot
Cal.
wait to show you more in the future. Thanks.
Thanks so much, Anna and Al. Today, we are honored to have one of gaming's true visionaries here with us in the audience. For more than 2 decades, his work has reminded us that games can be emotional and deeply human. From Eco to Shadow of the Colossus to The Last Guardian, he has left an unforgettable mark on this medium. Please join me in recognizing the legendary Fumito Ueda-san. Ueda-san, great to see you.
Look, I said Hideo before he said those game names. I have no idea.
Let's talk about his next game. A few years ago, we gave you an early glimpse at Ueda-san's next game, then known as Project Robot. Well, now it's time to step deeper into the mysterious, unsettling, and epic world that marks Ueda's first game in a decade. Let's take a look.
Don't worry, Raichi, it's not gonna skip Xbox. We've established that games don't skip Xbox. Look, nah, it's not gonna be that high. I don't know, it just doesn't look impressive, doesn't look, I mean, is anyone sold by this trailer? Oh, it's on Xbox Series S and X.
Does that look incredible? Oh, all right. I cannot wait for Gen Atlas. Thank you, Ueda-san. All right, well, next we travel to the east, to China, circa 848 AD. Blood Message is a cinematic single-player action-adventure game from NetEase. You are a messenger
if only
who
Luna was
embarks
awake
on
right
a
now,
perilous eastward odyssey with your son, fighting
I'd sit
against
here with
impossible
my
odds.
little pup watching this. Don't step on it. Don't do it. That's my thoughts, Woodpit.
一起奋起，却从未有人坚守如我等之久。今日天枪大捷，以寡破众，陪对着当即首功。好剑，又进进了。
该你了。
You don't know that, Ghosty? Microsoft said they're making headways into supporting China.
你不打仗，也能守住我们的家。
再不投降，全部杀光！
It's the Lord of the Rings game we never got.
不降！
Ghosty, don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
守住城门！我守不住我的家，也救不了我的兵。
人都死了，哪儿来的家？
It's looking alright though. Still need to see more of what the game actually is, but
由来征战地，不见有人还。
to be fair, Woodpit, Canada gave birth to Japan hates Xbox, so the least we say talk about that, the better.
就再也不用怕没有家了。
No platform announced.
Now, please welcome a game developer who is visiting the US for the first time in 2 decades. From RGG Studio, it's Masayoshi Yokoyama.
こんにちは、横山です。本日はストレンジャーズ・ヘブンについて新しい発表がございます。まずはこちらの映像をご覧ください。
Hello everyone, this is Yokoyama. Today, we have an exciting new update about Stranger Than Heaven. First, please take a look at this.
調べたぞ、お前らのこと。海の向こうじゃアジア人ってんでのけ者にされて。
I had sushi.
日本じゃ毛頭扱い。俺は何人なんだって何度も思ったろ。敵討ちか。つまらねえことに人生使ってんな、大統領。
この件にけじめをつけねえと俺の人生始まらねえんだ。
Yakuza.
Crazy. Well, Yokoyama, we got a lot to talk about, but first of all, we have a release date.
本作の発売日は2027年1月15日となります。そして先ほどのトレーラーには新しいキャストも情報が含まれていましたが、その件に関してはこの方に語ってもらいましょう。
Stranger Than Heaven will be released on January 15th, 2027. As you may have noticed in the trailer, we revealed some interesting new cast members. To tell you more about that, I'd like to bring out a special guest.
Please welcome Snoop Dogg.
Good. Snoops, everyone's talking about this game. It's so good to have you here, man.
That's crazy.
So you teaming up with Yokoyama. Tell us, how does this happen? Why do you want to work with RGG?
I mean, I'm a big fan of Sega. I've been playing that game since it first came out, and you know, to be associated with such a great game and such a great person like this and the team that they put together, it's an amazing, feat for me. So I'm happy to be a part of it.
Now we got to talk about what just announced in this trailer. How's Tupac being a part of this?
The Tupac estate and my son and myself, we work very closely together, so it just made sense to put him in this game because his likeness and his spirit still lives on, and I just feel like it was so connected to what we're doing. So what y'all think?
Game looks insane. I'm sure you got more surprises in there too. I know the song sounds great. Well, we're looking forward to hearing more on Stranger Than Heaven. I also want to ask you though about something a couple years ago at TGA, you and Cordell talked about. Death Row Games is something that you guys want to do. Any updates on what's happening there, DRG?
Yes, sir. Death Row Games, we're building a hip-hop gaming universe, bringing an authentic culture to life, you know what I'm saying? And we just got a lot of plans that we're planning on actually bringing to life in the next, couple of months.
Okay, well, we'll hopefully hear more on that soon.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Snoop Dogg. Thank you for joining us. Yokoyama-san, Jamil, appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
How much did they pay him to get on stage for like 5 seconds?
More crazy stuff to come. All right, next we're excited to announce the stunning debut title from a new studio in Sweden. Hex is an open-world action-adventure game from key creators behind The Division and Little Nightmares. You brave the wild north as researchers stranded in a mind-bending, player-shaped procedural world. This is a very cool game. Take a look.
I'm sure. Rockstar's gonna reveal that themselves. You know what? If they reveal The Division 3 today, I will lose my mind. The updates of oh, it's upgrades. This looks a bit different. It looks kind of cool. They ain't getting away from that. They're done for. It's over. Game done. Okay, maybe not. Steam and Epic Store.
I can't wait to see more from Hex. It looks absolutely stunning. We have much more SGF to come, but first on June 14th, Dead by Daylight is celebrating its 10th anniversary. Watch this closely because here's a little tease of what's ahead.
It?
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Are you 1? Are you 2? Are you 3? Are you 4? Are you 5? Are you 6? Are you 7? Are you 8? Are you 9? Are you 10? How old are you now?
Dead by Daylight. What? Mortal Shell 2, open beta now live. Oh, I must have missed the game. I must have missed it. Oh God. Why? Why? Move on. Next. Moonlight Pearl managed to get its goal. Nice! I actually pledged for that yesterday. And I also pledged for the game Shade Protocol.
Is it dangerous?
I pledged for a digital copy of both.
Edward. Private
I did my part,
Is
Rachie.
it dangerous?
I did my part.
Wouldn't pay so nice if it weren't.
Gentlemen,
this is
we
Black
do
Flag,
not
right?
plunge headlong into folly on the orders of a single madman, but act according to our own collective madness. So I'll put it to the vote. All those in favor of storming this cove and taking this ship, stomp and shout aye!
Can you feel it, Addy? We're moments away from the grandest prize of all.
After you, Captain. Path ahead is dangerous.
Don't save me a spot in hell, Shaka.
Path ahead is dangerous.
Don't save me a spot in hell, Shaka. I ain't coming soon.
Welcome back to SGF. That was Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced,
I think that trailer
which is
fucked up.
arriving July 9th. Now it's time for the announcement of a game that reunites one of the best action game developers in the world with a legendary franchise.
You look like that trailer fucked up. Ooh, Paramount Studios. Turtles? Yeah. Ronin. Oh, this is gonna be good. This is Ronin. Yeah, baby. Wait, what? Is that it?
You guys having fun yet?
They showed us the same thing like 5 years
believe it or
ago.
not. All right, well, that's another TMNT game from Platinum Games, and I cannot wait to learn more about Last Ronin. Now, please welcome two-time TGA loser for Expedition 33 and Final Fantasy 16. It's Ben Starr, who voices the Visitor in Fortnite.
Good old Ben Starr.
Hello, Summer Game Fest. For the past little while, I have had the incredible opportunity to step into the world of Fortnite as the Visitor. And today, I finally get to share a glimpse of where that journey is heading next. We've been working on this for a long time. A new season is about to begin, and everything is about to change.
I think
Let
the
me
only
show
character
you
you
what's
can
coming
use
in
is
Fortnite's
Leonardo.
next season runners, launching later tonight.
The hunt for power breeds chaos. And that chaos is
Cinder City,
spreading
mate. I don't even know what it is.
these sprites. Creatures born from zero-point energy. They can make you stronger, faster, more dangerous. No one can resist that kind of power. So we must secure them.
What even is this? I mean, I know it's Fortnite, but what's the game mode? Or is it just Battle Royale with different creatures? Yeah, I've never heard of it. That means Cinder City. Maybe I have, but it doesn't ring a bell. So there's a chance it could show up today?
Now, if you're wondering how we end up on this new island, you'll have to jump into the Shattered event happening live inside Fortnite right after Summer Game Fest.
Man, that is way
This
off
season,
sync.
we asked every player to choose a side. And in the live event, that choice changes your experience. It has all been building
It
to
was
this
Mikey
moment.
in the comics.
The party starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, but the doors open early. And trust me, you'll want to stay to the very end of the event. I've got a little surprise waiting for you.
The stage is set. You chose your side.
It's not the stream that's off sync, by the way. It's them. They've gone off sync entirely.
Now it's time for a special announcement from Bandai Namco about one of the most influential sci-fi franchises ever created.
On Earth, mankind measured time by seasons, not sirens. For a moment, the future felt promising.
They're inside! They're inside!
Out here, that promise is a lie.
It did, yeah. Is there another one that's not off sync?
Every breath taken is inside.
How can they mess this up every year?
You're our last hope. There's one man. The pilot.
Okay, they fixed it. They fixed it. Good. That's not London. It is! I feel shame.
Find me.
Hold up.
I'm here.
Okay, that's day one for me, guaranteed.
Thousands of games launch every year, so finding your next favorite can be tough. That's why I'm launching my new newsletter, Looking for Game. Thank you.
It was TGA, they just fixed it
I'll be
midstream.
curating and selecting games that deserve your attention every week and sending demos and exclusive playtest invites straight to your inbox. Head over to lookingfor.game to sign up
The
with
thing wasn't big enough, man. Come on.
Speaking of fun, unexpected games, this next title comes from a solo developer, Adrian Mulero from Spain. It is a co-op physics game about 2 geese and 1 very fragile egg.
Okay, Honky, ready to be a parent?
Sure.
Mate, this is going to get Game of the Year.
This is a piece of cake.
Be careful with our little baby.
Don't drop it. Don't drop it. Careful. Careful. To left.
I want
left.
this.
Your
I
other
want
left. Drop it. Don't drop it. Careful. Careful. To left. Left. Your other left.
Okay, new plan. This is a good one. Are you listening to me?
What is this? It's way too hard.
Watch out with our baby.
This is what gaming is all about, folks.
Yeah.
Just focus.
Really hard.
Oh gosh, that looks really hard. Maybe if we look for some more people, it would be easier. This really is an extremely hard game.
This is the type of game I'll be playing with my kid. And every time
Congrats,
I or he
Adrian.
drops
What a
the egg,
fun
he gets a
game.
clap in the
All
egg.
right, now it is time for a debut game from a veteran team of developers who come from
Makes
Naughty
me look
Dog
bad.
and Infinity Ward and other amazing studios. Over the past half-decade, they've quietly been working on an ambitious new project. Here is the global announcement.
People are endlessly disappointing. They're greedy. They're cruel. They lie. They're bullies.
Yes, dogs? Yeah, I got one of them.
So that's what I say when I look at someone like you. Bully.
See, that's where we're different. I genuinely like most people.
Oh, well, then you're truly a sick fuck.
He's famous, right? I recognize him.
We need to move.
Her too.
They'll be coming for you.
Coming for us. You're not one of them anymore.
Okay, this actually looks good.
Just like you and me.
You guys don't understand the real threat.
He played in the
Not like we do.
series where Among Gods, I think it was.
Hurry, stay low! If I go to work with my enemy to survive, so be it. For now,
Either we fight those things together, or die alone.
I have the phone. No. Do not touch him.
This actually looks really good, man.
we fight together or die alone.
It's a running meme here, Silver. Plus, we have the Ubisoft CEO in chat, so Crossfire! Oh my god! Okay, that's not gonna
For
be very
over
good.
18 years, Jacob and I have developed character-driven games with the goal of thoroughly connecting design and story.
You missed
In
Gundam.
Crossfire, two opposing operators must form a temporary alliance. Depending on one another is their only chance of survival.
Banisher
To
is the
support this
Ubisoft
narrative,
CEO.
we completely rethought how cover and traversal work together and created a system that rewards tactical thinking, stealth, and repositioning.
And Ronin.
It's called adaptive cover. With adaptive cover, our player character Layla dynamically adjusts her stance to react to the complex terrain and the enemy's line of sight. It fundamentally changes your relationship with the environment and becomes an active skill
It's
to master.
literally just cover, man.
Shout out to our amazing team at That's No Moon, who
it
are
what you want.
meticulously
It's literally
crafting
just
Crossfire.
cover.
It's for all of you who, like us, love
Adaptive cover,
high-agency,
really?
single-player,
Fuck's
story-driven games. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Jacob and Taylor. Now, last year
Yeah,
at the
that's
Game
the One
Awards,
American
we introduced
Gods.
the next
That's who
game
it
from
is.
Remedy Entertainment. Here's a new look at the mind-bending world of Control Resonant.
I think he used to play in Hollyoaks as well.
It's been
If I'm not
7
mistaken.
years. The oldest house has fallen.
Probably shouldn't have admitted to that, but
Everything
done
we
now.
tried to contain is now loose in the streets of Manhattan. This was caused by a new type of hostile resonance. It is beyond anything that we can currently measure. It's all quite terrifying. And fascinating.
day one for me, this one. It's in the Alan Wake universe. I've got to play it. I love. If this was Alan Wake, then I probably would have got it on the -2.
Every way we can.
But it's not Alan Wake. It's Control.
Before
so,
it's too late.
you know.
Right now,
No,
it's
no, no,
time
no,
for another Summer Game Fest exclusive.
The Wake of
announcement
Alan.
of the next game in a storied franchise.
Horizon
We
Frontiers.
all have our own reasons for coming to this vast frontier. But for our guild,
They can't, Navy,
we protect this
unfortunately.
land.
They
One
can't.
reason stands above all others.
Due to legal reasons, they cannot do that. Sam Lake has said multiple times how he wants to make a
Wonder
Quantum Break
at the
2.
astonishing power that shapes
But he can't
this
do it.
land of awe. At the great spirits to whom we are bound. At the gods who hold dominion over all. We cannot guarantee your comfort or even your safety. But if you yearn for horizons unexplored, for fellowship and purpose, for a cause worth dying for, to you, we can promise magic.
I was close. I told you Guild Wars 3. Oh shit, not on Xbox. Oh damn. There's your first game not on
To
Xbox.
everyone watching both here and live
PlayStation
online
console
around the world,
exclusive.
I'm Colin Johansson, the studio head at ArenaNet,
and I want to thank you for watching the exclusive first look at our upcoming game. The time is right for the next evolution of the MMORPG, and that game is Guild Wars 3.
But yeah, Navy, they can't do Quantum Break because Microsoft.
Glad you all agree. Guild Wars 3 is an epic world that is both beautiful and fun to explore, where the joy of movement is powered by your character's momentum, and combat will usher in an entirely new type of MMO experience. By launching on PC and PlayStation 5, we're inviting the biggest audience yet to experience the world of Guild Wars. We're so excited to welcome all of you to join our Guild Wars community. Go to guildwars3.com to sign up for our newsletter right now. Thank you.
Xbox now go, Asher Shah going, am I a joke to you? Is my platform a joke to you right now?
Thanks, Colin.
Ain't
Get
we a
ready
big enough
to
platform?
blast across the
We got
galaxy
500
with daring
MAUs,
races, dangerous
bitches.
rivals, and some very familiar faces. Star Wars Galactic Racer is coming this October, and now it's time to head to a brand new planet.
Yeah, of course the
Divinacos.
Xbox won't do that.
Now this
They'll put
is
that on
pod
PlayStation
racing.
as well.
Welcome to Divinacos, where champions are born and losers.
I'm actually excited for this. I really like the original Pod Racer on PC. That's because Xbox are vicious.
My sources say you've been making friends amongst our fellow League pilots.
Racers don't go head-to-head against Bulba. Legends do.
They are not your friends.
I've seen you at Kestar's side.
I still have the original Star Wars Pod Racer somewhere.
This is the dream shape.
The actual disc on PC.
There's a reason why they call Kestar Fool the champion.
You see, Navy? Now you're starting to see shit my way.
The golden age of the Galactic League.
If they do it to you, you do it to them. That's my philosophy. If Sony played nice, then Microsoft can play nice. That's my philosophy. He said it's launching on PC and PS5. So even if it's a console, even if it's launch exclusive, if it's a year, 2 years, 3 years, there's still money passing it away from Xbox. Is this the new crown? End of this. Who knows? Yeah, I'm just not interested in this. This is not. I haven't seen it yet, Rabbi. I do want to know. Hey, Devastator, don't worry, man. You're gonna buy the Helix, right? So it's not a problem. The Helix is coming, so it won't be a problem anymore, right? In 2027.
A few years ago, we announced Sega's plans to bring back many of its classic franchises,
Man, I
including
can't
Jet
believe
Set
how
Radio and Crazy
screwed
Taxi.
they are with the syncing.
Another
They
one
are
is
so bad.
Virtua Fighter. Today, we've got your first ever look at the surprising
I don't need
scale
to
and
do
scope
anything
of the
right.
next installment. This is Virtua Fighter Crossroads.
The only fighting game I'm excited for that I'll probably never play, but I will buy.
Y no te creas, dice gente Stone, Roberto Duran, son más dura que la brea. Primera ronda te noqueo como Herrera. Primera ronda te noqueo como Herrera. Este soldado está preparado para la guerra. Este soldado está preparado para la guerra. Este soldado está preparado para la guerra.
Are we talking about your ex?
Hey,
Are they actually adding a story?
Hey,
mode to it?
Cielo. Bet you're hungry after this morning, huh? Same as usual?
Your sister's really taking this whole job thing seriously, huh, Divina?
I know.
They really weren't kidding about this being a fighting town.
We're all fuck-ups. Otherwise, we wouldn't be living in Villa Sapara.
kill them all.
Hey, it's me.
There he is.
Shit. This is not gonna blow over, Cielo. You fucked with the Chinese mafia.
Wait, is this like a Streets of Rage game, or is this a beat 'em up?
One more move and I'll cut her fucking head off.
All right, just take it easy.
Is that hype?
That's your...
Madam Sue? You play the part of a fighter, but you are lacking in kung fu.
Rise over the cries, city of blood, sweat, and survivors. Lives rolling like dice. Once you're inside.
So what is this?
No
Action? Is this like a
Who's
3D action
Kai-chan?
game, or is this a fighting game? What is it?
It's been 25 years since RuneScape was born, and 20 years tomorrow that Duriel 321 wreaked havoc in Falador. Finally, this legendary universe is coming to console with RuneScape Dragon
Right.
Wilds, playable now on
I'll buy
PC
that.
and
I'm
early
interested.
access. Here's a new look.
That's cool. RuneScape, let's go! Another game I'll never play.
Few survive the land of dragons. But some
Project.
seek more than survival.
New IP this week.
They fight. They adapt.
I don't understand, Remy.
They build. They stride boldly into the unknown.
I mean, he was fighting
Claiming
multiple
dominion.
people at one point.
And
Right?
forging their legend.
Look at that fake Bahamut. That fake Bahamut. Yeah, Elliot, let's go. Orbital is another game that looks really cool. Not interested in Starseeker. Man, my daughter stole my Switch and I haven't seen it in ages. I forgot she even took it.
In Ebbing Spring,
Project
skies
S.
will
Oh,
clot.
I don't know what project that is.
Our shedding seeds made piles of rot.
But, you know, let's see. It could turn up. It could turn up today.
Cast with tempers rare. Red minnows squirm in tainted clay. 3 virtues known, not all recast. For wrath, and doom, and death. Our last. Find me.
Yeah, my daughter took it like
Or I'll find
10 days
you.
ago upstairs. I know she's charging it with a USB charger, but soul frame, nice. I think she thinks she owns it now.
Welcome
still
to
need to play
Brook
Metroid
Hollow
on there.
Park.
It's okay, they're not actually monsters. We're just a lot smaller now.
Clever girl.
You're looking at a living fossil.
Hey guys, you're gonna want to see this!
Please tell me that was your stomach.
I mean, if it's getting a 1.0 release, that means
Hold on
it's
to your
finally ready for the
buggies
PS5.
for a survival epic 65mm in the making.
What the hell did we get ourselves into?
Yep. It was advertising the PS5 version.
Some guys leave it to luck. Let it ride on a roll of the dice. Not me. You can have all the luck in the world.
I think they should buy them, but I don't think they will.
But what matters is the choice you make.
They're not working on Forspoken, unfortunately, man. They shut the
When
studio
the
down.
cards are on the table.
The studio's been dismantled entirely. Wasn't Mafia the new one like 8 hours long? Actually, makes
yes, that
me
was
want to
indeed
play it.
a young Don Salieri from the original Mafia. Man of Honor expands Enzo's journey in Mafia: The Old Country this August. Okay, can you imagine working on something for 16 years of your life? Back in
8 hours and 10
2010,
minutes,
the creator of
Gorsty?
Assassin's Creed set out on a journey to build his next
Fix your damn
time-bending
stream!
epic. Today, after many twists and turns, it is finally time for Patrice Désilets to invite you in to his new world.
You get paid all this money to do this stream. People pay 200 million or whatever, bloody million, 2 million, whatever
I was
it is,
born
to put
to
their
be the
game on it.
collector.
This is how you repay them.
To
Fucking
protect
prick.
a world I cannot be a part of. Destined to be feared for what I am.
I would ask for a damn refund.
It is my fate. I have devoted my life to facing them. Those granted the power to raise souls. Those corrupted by their gifts. Tilting the ancient balance toward cataclysm. But at last, their debt is due. Every choice, every breath has led me to this moment. As the moon bears witness, I take the first step. My time has come. I am ready.
1666 Amsterdam. Before the red light district.
Thank you, Jeff, and thank you, everyone. 1666 has been a monumental and emotional journey. David Lynch once said, the film
they heard me.
is the talking. That's how I feel today about the game. Instead of explaining
I'm
features,
sure
I'll
someone
simply
out there
say
has a
this.
nun fetish,
As of right now, the prologue is free to download on Steam and Epic Game Store. It's a 30-minute story experience and amuse-bouche, if you will. I'll leave you with a glimpse of what's to come when the game launches on early access later this year. Join us for the journey. Merci and panache kaolis.
What was this called? 1666? Amsterdam.
Thank you, Patrice. Still to come, we've got a lot of great announcements for you, including a special surprise guest. It's a
Dreamcast!
Who's that?
Oh.
Wait, that's Billy
It's
from
not Dreamcast.
Saw? Hey, Billy.
Hello, Jeff Keighley.
Hello.
I want to play a game.
Oh, you want to play a game? Well, that's great. We're here at Summer Game Fest. This is all about playing games. It's perfect.
Roll the tape.
You heard the puppet. Roll the tape.
A 100 years have passed since the genesis of your legacy. They call you a monster, but I call you a prophet. Pain is our only true path to redemption.
Wait, that's a blooper team. Oh wait,
It
Blueprint
strips
was
away
shut
the
down.
lies that people tell themselves. Only then do they get to see what really makes
I think there's something wrong with his face. I can't quite put my finger to it though.
a sacrifice must always be paid in blood. Live or die. Your book, bound in blood, inspires those who are worthy. The spiral bleeds ever deeper.
3
Let the
versus
games
1
begin.
multiplayer horror game.
Our war's end approaches. Humanity's fate will be determined by one final sacrifice.
That's our boobers.
We are ready to bleed, bearer.
Yeah, it looks like it, Ghosty.
Are you?
The veil between realms is unraveling. Life or death. You alone will decide.
Lords of the Fallen 2. Wishlist now.
That's right, Lords of the Fallen 2 is also coming to Steam this fall. Next up is a brand new game from BitReactor, a studio formed by some of the most experienced developers in the tactics genre. This is Star Wars Zero Company.
Nice. So is Guild Wars 3 the only game that's skipping?
Fleet massing in the Seralonis system.
Then we need to make our move.
You got someone?
See, I mean, I understand what bit because like
Zero company.
this is cool, right?
What do you got for me, Bennett?
Port Silius. Coil's been spotted meeting with local gangsters. Find out what they're up to.
I've been tracking
But they need to show Final Fantasy VII, whatever it is.
All right, let's get
and
a
then
team
people
together.
will go crazy.
We work with all kinds of folks. Ex-separatists, ex-noble, ex-cons, and we're better for it. We're almost there.
Is this an RTS game or something?
We just gotta finish this job.
There we go!
General Skywalker.
Yeah, no, I'm out.
A little surprise at the end there. All right, dark fantasy has always been about one thing, the monster within. And today, one of Europe's most ambitious studios is ready to take you into a brutal new world where vampires have emerged from hiding.
That Dawn game?
Come in.
Oh, shit! The box. Please.
What the hell?
You don't give up easy, eh?
Well, neither do I.
I think we will,
certainly have
gaming.
reasons to hate me.
I don't know. I'm kind of on two minds for this game.
You've ruined my life. We crave the same thing.
It's not a day one for me, for sure.
Evil? Am I evil? They adore me.
You're a pawn in Brentus's hand, nothing more.
This won't end well for you.
I've done the unthinkable for my own family.
It definitely looks interesting.
Determination is not enough to cheat your fate, Dawnwalker.
How many innocents did you drain dry? Maybe we aren't so different after all.
I don't know. There's something about it that just makes me. I don't know.
Hello everyone. My name is Konrad Tomaszkiewicz and I'm the game director of The Blood of Dawnwalker. What you just saw was an invitation to join us on an adventure. Adventure through eras and cultures in our story-driven open-world dark fantasy saga. The first part, a CGI, shows where our saga leads to, a present-day adventure. The gameplay segment that followed is from our current game, and it's an origin story of Cohen. I hope you will have as much fun playing our game as we had making it. Thank you, and have a great rest of the show.
Silver, there's like a 15-20 minute gameplay video of it online already from like last year. Go check it out.
Thanks, Conrad.
It pretty much tells you
Next,
what
the
game is.
creators of Among Us have been hard at work on a new project. And today we're revealing it for the first time.
It's dumb. All these companies releasing their game in September is dumb. They're just gonna cannibalize themselves.
From the Among Us TV series, please welcome Yvette Nicole Brown and Liv Hewson.
Hello, Summer Game Fest! Hey!
Man, that guy must hate his job being
so excited
inside
about
that
the
thing.
future of Among Us. As crew members ourselves, our task is sharing even more good news about the animated series.
Yvette?
Uh-huh.
Look, I know fans have been dying for updates, but there's a dead body right there. And the imposter could be any one of us. I think this calls for an emergency meeting.
So you'd rather call a meeting than complete our task? That's suspicious. I'll have to report this to Mira HQ.
No, I mean, I don't think there's any need.
Take it up with admin. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Get hyped for chaos,
this face amused?
betrayal, and more in the Among Us series. Enjoy.
I'm always sus, Sanchez.
Emergency meeting.
Crewmates, our fellow mates of crew, have perished. They would have
Why are you talking so weird?
Can you let me
yeah,
just...
but I just don't understand why you're...
The official cause of death, acute ripping off of the face. One dead crewmate, that's an oopsie. 3 makes it a murder mystery.
Any one of us could be the killer.
Was it you?
Whoever smelt it dealt it.
If only there was someone who could take charge.
Really?
Wow, that was a lot of screaming.
Green, blue, orange, purple, white, brown, yellow, lime, cyan, black, and I'm red, the hot one.
Yeah?
What's back there?
So what people still play it?
We have to kill the imposter!
We're so happy to have you among us. Or is it amongst us? I always forget.
Would you believe me if I said some of our biggest surprises at SGF are still to come? Stay tuned. And it turns out there's more coming from one of this year's best reviewed games, 007 First Light. Here's a first tease of a new story mission coming later this year.
Let's go!
We've received an urgent call from Aleph, James. King Bavma requests MI6's help with a matter most sensitive, and he's asked for you, personally. Our alliance with Bavma is fragile at best, but if he has what he claims to have, well, M figures the reward is well worth the risk. Go back to Aleph and find out what this is all about. Best of luck, 007.
All right. I'm looking forward to this. Good shit. Final Fantasy 14 on Switch. Oh, right. The one that makes you pay more just to subscribe to it.
Brothers, the time is finally here. I know it's been difficult. All these years, the unbelievers mocked you for your faith. Tonight, we shall show everyone how wrong they were. Sleeper, awaken!
Gothic remake available now. Shadow Drop. Has potential. Damn straight gaming. Damn straight, Grey Manette. And I just lost all interest. Ion 2. Ion.
I'm looking to find the source of the disturbance and end it.
Oh,
To do
let's
that,
go!
I need a complete picture.
Let's go!
Maybe this is all a brain dance, a simulation?
Time to knock the rust off!
Maybe the two of you really are from another universe.
Run. I'll erase you at the finish line. Deleting your ass.
Come on! Eat less, loser!
I can feel it. That Nightmare Tacit Discord is looking for us.
Lucy!
Gotta be sick! Rebecca's free. You just log in and claim her.
That was a look
Free
at what's
5-star.
ahead for Wuthering Waves and its collab with Cyberpunk Edge Runners on June 8th. Now, if you want to track all the games shown today,
They
head to
recreated
player.gg/SGF
City
to
and
see
Night
the
City
full lineup
inside,
and wish
Wuthering
list your
Waves.
favorites across all platforms. Right now, it's time for news on a massive expansion coming to a franchise that has been on this stage before.
Yeah, it's a Cyberpunk collaboration, and they basically built Night City inside there.
Wyveria negated the weight of buildings and mounted the sky.
I can't stop wondering, how can all this exist
Is
up
it even
amongst the
still in
clouds?
development? Hey, Apex. Revenant, I would hope that it would be at the Xbox showcase, considering Splinter Cell's relationship with Xbox. Susano is missing out on the new Monster Hunter trailer.
They can affect the environment with just their presence. A moving natural disaster.
Too powerful to tame. Too difficult to reproduce.
That's what I was asking.
Sounds like an elder dragon.
Ascendance expansion, let's go. Oh shit, that's a big ass elder dragon. A massive expansion.
You know it's all for nothing. Still you press on.
Yeah, Apex 007 was a really good game, man. I felt the pacing was a little off at times, but other than that, it was a good game.
Obsession! Step in a dream! Howling gales! Soul-raping squall! Sky sprouting! Halberds from the vessel!
Man, he is doing like no damage to that boss at all.
Empty-handed I come, go! Feast your Look out the beat! Blades of war!
I don't know, man. I just don't find this exciting at all. This boss battle just seems so boring to me. Yo, Susano, you missed Monster Hunter. New expansion. Ascendant.
My play? You know not your place!
Now, you know, throw in Lucilla, a bit of Lucy, a bit of Rebecca, a bit of Rover, and, you know, it might be okay.
Is over.
Swords of Legends.
Take your time.
I told you,
Enjoy.
China's, you know, holding on to Xbox. They're delivering.
That was a new look at gameplay from Swords of Legend, a fantasy action RPG. There you saw a boss fight against Kong Kong Zi, with each move pulled from real centuries-old Chinese magic tradition. Now, how about a little toy car magic? Get ready for lots of loop-de-loops and massive jumps with the announcement of the biggest Hot Wheels racing game yet.
Let's do it!
I need to pick this game up at some point. Vegeta. What? Evangelion? Hey, Pico!
Happy anniversary, Sonic, and happy birthday, Sega. All right, now the world premiere of a project that depicts the entire story of a famous anime from beginning to end. Dedicate your heart to this.
Okay. Oh, Attack on Titan. What? A Dynasty Warriors for Attack on Titan? Okay, this could be big for certain people.
い巨人って素晴らしいな。
後のことは仲間に託す。
俺たちはどうすれば報われるんだ。
この目で奴らが捧げた命の行方を見届ける。
ありがとう。ごめん。さよなら。
It's still there. Graham and why? Persona 6 is going to be at the Xbox Showcase. At least that's what's rumored anyway.
From many of the creative leaders behind Forza Horizon comes a new cinematic open-world driving experience. Set in Monaco and the French Riviera, where the worlds of pro and underground street racing collide.
We know,
this is
Gorsty.
Clutch from Maverick Games.
We have 2 drivers dead. 3 more in intensive care.
I'm done. My friend said you can help me.
Some people are meant to be outlaws, Theo. Think about it.
I did all that for you to get out of trouble. Now I'm in deeper than when I started. I can't be taking risks like this. I'm a lead driver in the R1K.
I've tried to help you.
It looks interesting, not gonna lie.
I'm not going to jail for you.
Yeah, clearly Vin Diesel was going to make an appearance in this game.
The dead won't rise, but their sons will. Plant fear or respect. You'll harvest one.
Nah, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. No interest. I'm out. I know people love these games. I just find them so boring. I don't know. So far, this has been a pretty mid showcase. No, this is not my game. I mean, the death set was cool. It's on Xbox, right, guys?
We have lots
PC
more
is
Summer
Xbox.
Game Fest ahead, and trust me, you definitely will want to stick around. Right now, here's a new look at Sea of Remnants from NetEase.
Wake up laughing, half a mess, wrong
But I'm told
direction,
PC is
no
Xbox.
regrets. Every face feels out of line, that's how I know they're
So it's
all
on Xbox,
mine.
right?
We don't fit and we don't care, broken chunks and broken air. They say grow up, actuate, with your side another flame. Make it out, don't look back, burn this moment till it Make it loud. Say we're lost, say we're strange, say we'll fade and drift away. But if memory lets us choose, I'll remember all of you. Hands up, shout it out loud, nothing over the doubt. If tomorrow please.
I'll tell you what might appear today, Tides of Annihilation. Or maybe they're gonna leave that for Xbox again, considering how popular it became after Xbox Showcase.
Make it out, feel the hand. This 1 second, this is it. I don't need a perfect past, it's just like we're rolling fast. Make it out, don't look back, even if it doesn't last. If I lose it all someday, I'll keep this moment. Make it loud.
In a world, in a room, on a shelf?
Guys, is it me or is there something off with this one?
Yeah, he seems different. Has he always had that mustache? He doesn't have a mustache. Oh, yeah.
Hey, buddy, what's your deal?
Howdy. Name's Ryu. What's all this mess about me being different?
Well, look at that. He sounds different, too.
What in the Sam Hill? Everyone in Tokyo talks like this.
I know what this is. It's called a knockoff.
Well, Tarnation could a knock off do this? Howdy, Dukin.
Yikes.
The Capcom Summer Game Sale is here. Take home genuine, bona fide, 100% authentic, real deals on select titles. No knockoffs.
I can't do it if you're watching.
Uh-huh.
Ladies and gentlemen, representing the elite ranks of the Ark Society, Mr. Graves!
Yellow paint. I hear they're scared of it, but them pros ain't. Yeah, screaming ass nuts. When I pulled up the lot, up in my town, when you see me, you know everything. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
Should have known when it said 101. How old? Clearly it's Pokemon. I played a little bit. I realized you have to build and nurture, and I was done. They told me that game wasn't for me, and that was okay.
World 1.0 is coming out on July 10th. Now, at the start of the show, I mentioned we'll have lots of new worlds to explore today, and the return of some long-awaited ones as well. This next game falls into that last category. It's been a long, long, long 8 years.
Homicide. 6 total so far. Each case, husband and wife found. Shredded. People are dying. Some monster is out there. Word around the precinct is you're the guy to call.
Bigby.
Sheriff?
I'll have your job within the week.
Are you living under a rock? You're a raging dumpster fire of a person.
You're the reason I'm here.
She's a detective.
Ready to get to work?
I know I don't look human.
These lips are sealed, but I'm not helpless. See you around.
I was wondering when you'd turn up.
Looking for me?
That's right, Bigby is finally back! And as we wait for his new adventure in 2027, check out The Wolf Among Us Remastered this holiday. Now, this next game comes from an acclaimed studio that is deep into development on its next project.
지금 넥서스 섹터 방향으로 가는 외선 순환 열차가 들어오고 있습니다.
The outer circle line train bound for Nexus sector is now arriving. Please wait for everyone to exit before boarding.
What is this? Luna?
Evie. Evie!
I'm listening.
Scarlet Sin. That's the beginning and end of it all. How about you try taking a hit?
You're acting a little strange today.
Oh yeah? It's our first mission in a while. Aren't you a little excited?
Stop saying weird things.
Okay, take it easy.
Quiet. They're moving.
Initiating C3 sync. Ready, Angel.
Roger, Kenna. Tracking.
출입문 닫습니다. Doors closing.
Okay.
How's it looking out there?
I can't stand crowds. It'd be better for both of us if we got out of here quickly.
In the movies, this is always where things go wrong.
Hey.
Well, just saying. It's a cliche. Wait, the target stopped.
Hearken! The pulse rain! Shall
What is
cease!
this? Looks good.
In the name of the Father!
This is probably my favorite game yet. But this looks like Stellar Blade 2. Oh, this could be Project Spirit. This could be that new game Project Spirit, but the combat is definitely Stellar Blade. Luna. No. This is definitely a shifter. The combat is identical to Stellar Blade. Can't put you down. Stellar Blade. Blood Rain, let's go!
That was a good one. Shift Up is returning to the world of Stellar Blade with an all-new sequel developed entirely by the original team that's here today. Set in the same universe as Stellar Blade, this next chapter continues the story beyond the events of the first game, introducing a new protagonist who you saw there, Evie. It's early in development, and we will have more to share in the future.
Okay,
All right,
that's
we're
my game of the
almost
show so
done,
far.
but not quite. It's been almost exactly 3 years since Street Fighter VI was released in June 2023. What's ahead? This is Street Fighter VI Year 4.
Street Fighter VI is already entering
That
year
is my
4,
game of the stream
but
so
I can
far.
sense that we already have new challengers on the horizon.
Stellar Blade, Blood Rain. You know what? It's actually put me in the mood to go and 100% Stellar Blade. Well, not 100%, but get the costumes.
Fascinating.
Tifa! Oh, Tifa is returning. Yeah. Cool.
Please welcome
Only on
to the
PS5?
SGF stage.
It's a good thing I've got a
Nakayama-san,
PS5
director
Pro,
of
then
Street
it costs
Fighter
me.
6, and Hamaguchi-san, director of Square Enix.
I am ready for Stellar Blade. One of the best IPs released over the last
皆さんのおかげ
few
で
years.
ストリートファイター6は3周年を迎えることができました。そして本日、ファイナルファンタジー7との特別コラボレーションを発表します。
Thanks to all of you, Street Fighter VI has reached its 3rd anniversary. And today, we're announcing this special collaboration with Final Fantasy.
Ghosty, trust me, it's really damn good. Story is good, gameplay is good, waifu is good, costumes are good, music is good.
Tifa is a character loved by the players all around the world. That's exactly why our goal was this, to bring to life a Tifa who truly fights within the world of Street Fighter VI.
衣装や動きまで再構築してストリートファイターのティファとして形にしました。マテリアもそのままではなく新たなバトルシステムとして再設計しています。
Everything from her design to movement has been rebuilt as Tifa the Street Fighter. Materia has also been reimagined as a new gameplay system.
そして今日はまだお見せできないんですが、ファイナルファンタジーの象徴的な要素もバトルに落とし込んでいます。
We cannot show it today, but we adapted an iconic Final Fantasy element to the battle experience.
ティファの戦いはまだまだ終わりません。ぜひこれからの展開にも期待してください。
Tifa's fight is far from over. We hope you all look forward to what's coming next.
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
I mean, Street Fighter
Thank you to
literally just became the
Hamaguchi-san
number
and
one
Nakayama-san for
3D
coming all
fighting
the way
game.
from Japan to join us for that special moment on stage.
They were.
And we'll see you guys again later this year. All right. Well, now it has come time for our final announcement. I know.
Should have left it with Stellar Blade. That
What's
was a
it gonna
good
be,
way to end
guys?
it.
Any guesses? No. Frankly, I don't know what I could say to set this moment up besides this.
Welcome to High
Get ready for the final battle.
Long ago, a shadow fell upon our planet. Guided by calamity, one man sought dominion through reunion. By his will, a star fell.
Final Fantasy VII.
A meteor
Oh,
called
snap!
forth to bring ruin to all. But our planet,
What a way to end the show.
awakening mighty weapons to stand against this celestial threat.
Bahamut.
Now, hope endures in those who fight.
Long story short, the world's in trouble. It has been for a while.
So what are we waiting for? Let's give Sephiroth the beating of a lifetime.
Yeah, Silver, they said they're not going to make the mistake of Part 2 again. They understood the criticism of Part 2.
You're mine.
And they'll make sure not to do that again in Part 3.
I'll make this quick. Good night.
The sky's the limit!
I can do this. I'll make you proud.
That's a true Tifa.
Just ain't your day. Oh my, is that a weapon I see?
Far as I can tell, these things don't distinguish between friend and foe.
Save
Oh
the
my
planet by killing
days!
the protectors.
Oh my god!
Let us put your faith to the test, Cloud.
And it's called Revelation.
Never would have made it this far without you guys. And I won't let you down. I promise.
Yeah, Silver, all the weapons finally.
There you have it, and no, he's not done yet. Please join me in welcoming back to Summer Game Fest the director of Final Fantasy VII Revelation, Naoki Hamaguchi-san.
That's the guy that's the
I'm
one I
back.
met over at Square Enix earlier. Was it
よう
earlier
やく
this
ですね、
year
こ
or
の
late
フ
last
ァイナル
year?
ファンタジー7リベレーションをマルチプラットフォーム同時で、発表できたことを本当に嬉しく思います。
Got him to
ここまで
sign
来れ
both
た
my
のも
copies
この
of Final Fantasy
物語を
VII
信じ
Remake and
待ち続け
Rebirth.
てくれた皆さんのおかげだと本当に感謝をしています。
I'm truly delighted to unveil Final Fantasy VII Revelation, which is launching simultaneously on all platforms.
There you go, boys. There you go.
And we've only been able to come this far thanks to every single one of you who continue to believe
But
in this
people told
story
me Xbox
and
isn't a
waited for
platform,
this
so
moment with us.
does this mean it's launching
今
on
作の
Xbox
テ
or
ーマ
not?
は決意です。クラウドたちは最後の戦いに進むため、それぞれの決意と向き合います。
The central theme of this title is resolve. Cloud and his companions each confront their own destinies
I
and
don't know,
find
Max.
the resolve to
I'm
march
told,
toward the
people tell me
final
that Xbox
battle.
isn't a platform.
そして私自身もこのシリーズを完結させるという決意を胸にこの作品と向き合ってきました。
I too have carried a promise in my heart throughout this journey, the resolve to see the series through to its very end.
皆さんに最高の形でお届けします。ぜひ見届けてください。
We're committed to delivering this experience in its ultimate form. Please stay with us and witness what lies beyond that resolve.
Today, to help guide us on our path, please show me and welcome to the stage the voice of Vincent Valentine, Matt Mercer.
Vincent, you know, not even Cloud or Tifa or Eric, you know, the ones that people care about. Good old
Thank you
Vincent.
very much, Hamaguchi-san. It's truly a privilege to be here with you today, if you know me. There's honestly so much to see in Revelation. I think we just kind of need to dive right in. What do you say?
Let's do it. Take it away, Matt.
I don't mind if I do.
As we reunite with our heroes, the meteor looms in the skies above, a constant reminder of your mission and the grave threats you'll confront as you embark upon your journey and face the epic conclusion of the remake series. Aboard the Highwind, your very own airship and the pride of the Shinra fleet, you'll take to the skies and witness our most expansive open world yet. From the outskirts of Midgard to the sun-drenched Medial Archipelago, to the warrior nation of Wutai. Simply pick a direction and set sail. But how can you be expected to protect the whole world at once? You'll need to cover ground fast.
I am not jumping. No way, no how.
Don't worry. These parachutes are top of the line. Pull the cord and pop. You'll be floating through the air like a feather.
At any moment in the open world, simply
Tifa's
pilot
gonna
the
be the
high wind
first.
to your destination and take a leap of faith. With the wind rushing past, you'll descend seamlessly from the sky above to the ground below. Where will the winds guide you first? That freedom is in your hands. But no matter your destination, to defeat your enemy, you'll need a fighting chance. And that starts with your trusted allies. At long last, with the world teetering on a blade's edge, everyone assembles at Cloud's side, forming an epic ensemble of heroes, each with their own story that brings you closer together than ever. But a good unit needs more than friendship to save the day. It needs a disciplined combat regimen. The hybrid battle system, established in Remake and refined in Rebirth, is perfected in Revelation, putting even more power in your hands. In fluid, real-time action, seamlessly switch between party members to even the odds. Then, when the fight calls for strategy, enter tactical mode to unleash a suite of powerful new spells and abilities. Activate devastating synergies with your companions. And of course, call on mighty summoned entities that can turn the tide of battle.
Let's go! Okay, that was sick. That was sick. That was a sick way to end the show, not gonna lie.
Summoning Ifrit never gets old. There are truly some chill-inducing fights ahead in Revelation. I'm so excited to see all of your reactions. It's gonna be amazing.
I'm guessing you have a favorite character to play in battles?
I might be a little biased, but and since you brought it up, let's have a look at our newest coffin-dwelling companion, Vincent Valentine.
I don't think it really does. Silver, best to speedrun it.
I won't return to my coffin until we've put Sephiroth in his.
Vincent is a deft gunslinger, capable of delivering precise, high-yield shots. But there's more to this secretive former Turk than meets the eye. The result of experimentation at the hands of Shinra. Vincent can transform into the Galleon beast at the press of a button, gaining tremendous power while transformed. And when combined with the skills of a certain ace pilot, their high-impact synergies disrupt the fight with ferocious results.
The Leaping Lancer, the Dashing Dragoon, the one and only Sid Highwind.
Sid Highwind, the cantankerous pilot extraordinaire, joins the party and their mission to defeat Sephiroth. Sid's command of his lance allows him to rapidly close the distance for powerful strikes, or engage in sweeping area of effect attacks to bring a whole host of enemies to heel. But to fully control the battlefield, skill with a weapon only gets you so far. To further augment your combat capabilities, try this on for size. Function Integrated Tactical Suitwear, or the FITS system for short, allows you to further customize your playstyle with new uniforms imbued with unique movesets. Alongside your equipment and materia, FITS gives you an extra edge in battle. And to face what's coming, you'll need all the strength you can muster. Sensing its fate hanging in the balance, the planet itself has unleashed its last line of defense. The weapons. Ancient beasts that are larger than life and capable of untold destruction. Will you be enough to stop them before it's too late? As the world is torn apart, you and your friends must unite. In Revelation, we come to the thrilling conclusion of the Final Fantasy VII saga. And your mission is clear. Take up your Buster Sword, equip your materia, and stand together. One last time.
These skies belong to me! Hope you're ready!
At launch, there were texture issues, weren't there? At launch, there were texture issues, making it look worse than the PS5 Pro.
Thank you all. Thank you, Hamaguchi-san, for bringing us this extended look at Final Fantasy VII Revelation. I think I speak for all of us when I say we cannot wait to play it.
But Mark, I think we ended the video too early. I hate to leave a story unfinished.
Is that right? Well, then, we better take a look.
Get the cannon back online, now!
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is the last part. It's the trilogy. Mate, that weapon. Hey, yo!
At last,
Everything.
the promise is fulfilled.
Everything.
The
Launching
journey
simultaneously.
ends here.
Spring next year, so I got till spring next year to play it. Man, that gotta be
There you have
good.
it. Final Fantasy VII Revelation coming to all platforms next spring, which is appropriate for today because SGF
Silver,
is really
this
a
is a
celebration of games
retelling
across
of Final
all
Fantasy
platforms.
VII.
Thank
It's
you to
not a
Hamaguchi-san,
one-to-one
Kiru-san, and
telling
the team
of
at
the
Square
original.
for that very special announcement. And thanks to Lucy for a great job coaching. Didn't she do great?
This isn't meant to be a one-to-one
Thanks,
remake
Jeff.
of the original.
What an amazing way to end the show, but that's not all, because coming up right now is Day of the Devs with a look at many new independent game titles, including multiple new game announcements.
That's right. Tons of awesome indie
Yeah,
games. So make
exactly.
sure to stay tuned and watch that. And we will see you live this August in Germany for Gamescom Opening Night Live, streaming live on Tuesday, August 25th. Until then, have a great summer, everybody.
Thanks for watching. Day of the Devs starts right now.
Alright, this was way better than last year's show. 1666 Amsterdam was good. Gundam, Rogue, Code Veronica, Ronin, Shift Up Stellar Blade 2, Final Fantasy 7, and then there was a couple of other games sprinkled in there that were pretty decent. I think this was a really good showcase. Good night, gaming. Nine parts? No. It's just episode 1, 2, and 3. It's just episode 1, 2, and 3. It's a trilogy. This third one will finish the Final Fantasy VII remake story. There's Crisis Core. I mean, I kind of was expecting a Dirge of Cerberus, honestly, but that never appeared. I think they kind of want to forget Dirge of Cerberus ever existed, but it's one of the few Final Fantasy games that I've never played, which is a shame. I've been told it doesn't really translate very well in modern times now if you try to go back and play it, which is a bit of a shame. From my understanding, no, she doesn't die.
New. It's gonna be like really new. It's gonna be
Hey,
hello.
Double Fine.
I'm Tim Schafer from Video Games. I was just trying to come up with a whole new term for world premiere because this edition of Day of the Devs has so many world premieres in it, more than we've ever had before. I think it demands an entirely new term. Day of the Devs, as you know, is a 100% nonprofit where it finds and presents the best in new games for you, and also a chance to meet the developers who made them. So while I'm working on this problem, you just enjoy Day of the Devs. Pro premiere. Lots of pro. No? Okay.
There's nothing I dread more than having to make a top 10 list of video games, but if I did, I'd definitely put Nidhogg on that list. So I'm very excited to show you a world premiere of what Messhoff's been working on.
You guys want to check this out or not really interested?
Hi, I'm Mark Essen. I'm the creative director and co-founder of Messhoff. You might know us for our 2014 hit Nidhogg, which is a fencing tug-of-war game with flying worms that eat you at the end. More recently, we came out with Wheel World, an open-world bicycle racing game about saving the world. I love making games. I've been making games since I was probably 15 years old. It's something I do for fun in addition to my job. So at night, you might find me just sketching out ideas for little games and sending them around to friends, which is how Blood Dungeon was created. Blood Dungeon is a platforming game where you're not just standing on platforms, you're crawling on the sides of platforms, you're hanging from the ceilings, you're walking across tight ropes, you're jumping onto nets, climbing ladders. It's not a Metroidvania, you're not like learning these skills over time, so you can think of it like Vampire Survivors crossed with Spelunky. I really missed like animation and just being able to hand animate pixels, and so it was fun to just churn them out, make lots and lots of silly little characters and enemies and stuff. And I think the game turned out really fun. There's a handful of arenas to explore. You'll unlock over 100 weapons.
I started a bit maybe
it's like these other Survivor games you've
today.
probably played where you're kiting the enemies and they're sort of following you in a big mass. But in this game, you're in a maze as well.
We've got
a maze with
the
gravity.
Future Game Show tomorrow, which we'll be streaming. What time is that on tomorrow?
It's really a game about routing. You get to know the levels,
Anyone know what time
you get to know which weapons work with which other weapons, and maybe you find a character that you really connect with based on the art or just the way they move. So I'm excited to share it more widely when it comes out later this year.
I think it's the Future Game Show tomorrow.
The coolest thing about video games is that anything is possible. However, it is likely impossible that you could guess what this next game is.
The fight for survival has consequences. Well, Mr. Walker, will you put the fight for survival?
Hello, I'm Andres Bordi, and I'm Mason Smith, also known as Airdorf,
8 p.m.
and we are
tomorrow.
very excited to show you Tenebrisomnia, our game, which is a retro survival horror with live-action cutscenes.
Yeah, it looks like it's at 8 p.m. tomorrow. Future Game Show. So I guess we'll be going live around 7:30 to be safe.
That's right, these
Seems like a
insane
good
madmen
time.
actually put in a live-action horror movie made by a professional production company and an award-winning special effects team right here in their Fixel horror game.
No, evening. 8 p.m. my time. So 4 hours ago.
So, the story of Tenebrisomnia follows Julia, an Argentine girl who's having nightmares every night about her ex-boyfriend Ivan being killed by horrible monsters. And she finds out that the nightmare is real and now she's
right.
trapped inside it.
I mean, it's the usual time I start streaming.
Tenebrisomnia has classic survival horror gameplay that you would remember from games like Resident Evil, but it has this super retro, chunky pixel aesthetic. And in order to survive, Julia has to solve puzzles and collect items and also manage her consumables if she's going to make it through.
It's past midnight, so I think I'm going to call it there. It's been a good show, though. I think it's been a really good show.
So, once I was playing Faith
I'm going to check out
streaming,
1666
I
Amsterdam,
would like to
play
do
for a little
like
bit. It's a half an hour
and in
game
2023,
anyway.
Dave Autry
Demo.
came to me with
I'll
the
probably
trailer
make a
for
video on that and give you
Tenebrisomnia,
my
and he said,
thoughts.
hey, I want you to check this out and
But
let me know if
otherwise,
you think this would be
I
a
hope you
good
guys enjoyed the
title
stream
for us
and the
to
show,
publish.
man.
So I had known Andres and Tobias and the guys at Cybot Studios down in Argentina for quite a long time, and I knew how much faith inspired Tenebrae Somnia. So I said, guys, there's really only one way we're making this game, and that's if Erdorf signs on as executive producer.
Andres was the director of one of my favorite horror short films, Alexia, and so I was really excited. I immediately said yes. I didn't put it together at the time, but I think it was just this weird, evil twist of fate that we get to work together now.
It was a great show, I thought. Definitely 8.5 out of 10, 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed the show. There were some lows, but I think 8.5 is very fair for the show.
It's something that it hasn't been done in a really long time.
It's probably the best Summer Games Fest we've had in a long time.
Combining this retro-style gameplay with live-action scenes that look
at least we didn't have no...
and besides filming on sets, they also filmed on location in several places in Buenos Aires.
These cutscenes bring a lot
of
talent
folks, that's
from the
be it
film
for
industry in Argentina and also television.
You have a
and
good
also
night,
the theater industry.
And I'll see you tomorrow.
And also the monsters that you see in pixel form during
Peace.
regular gameplay make an appearance in live action, and they were achieved using practical and digital makeup and monster VFX by